Alrighty. Nice. So,
Are we on a podcast?
is this a podcast?
We're on a podcast?
Okay.
All right, wait, give me a second.
I like that.
I'm not ready.
Cool.
Now, this is going to be a little different. Daniel, why don't you explain to them what's going to happen today?
All right, guys. So, we're going to depart from our usual approach.
Yeah.
And we're not just going to talk about this episode. We're going to take some fan
We're gonna take some fan
suggestions.
questions. Woo! Yeah, we're gonna do this pod survival guide a little different. We're gonna answer. I asked on Instagram for questions from fans,
I'm going to
and
stop eating these right
What have the
after
Ned
this
heads
table.
yeah, you're gonna need to stop.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
crunching.
Oh, yes.
I'm sorry.
We're on
there's
an-
A lot of noise.
We're on an audio
Quiet on set.
podcast.
Nedheads have spoken. What did they say?
Real quick, I was so happy to learn that there's like actually a name and a pattern for feeling rage when you hear someone chewing.
Oh.
Like it's actually a thing, and not everyone has it. I have it. Not right now with you, but it is a thing. There
Wait,
are.
it's selective?
What do you mean? Yeah, it's not all that. It doesn't always happen. I'm not close enough. Like I'm not close enough. My ear isn't close enough to you. But
I thought people made millions of dollars doing
no, this is some people do.
Yeah,
But for
mukbang,
me, I've known it throughout my life. Like it's irrational. Like
Right.
I hear
No,
someone
it's
chewing,
like-
and I feel like something's like I know it's not their fault. Like
My
I know
girl
they're
has
doing
that.
something.
Yeah, she
And
hates
so there's
when I chew.
there's an actual there's an actual name for it. Like it's a I don't know, some
You know-
brain trigger.
You know
thing.
what's like
Yeah.
horrible is just like when it's so loud with their mouth is like
It's
so
closed.
close. And you're like,
That when you're hearing all the no,
What's
I don't have
happening?
that
I'm
at
in.
all.
I can't be in the room.
Interesting.
I can't be in the room.
I don't have it at all. I'm like, if someone's eating, like, just eat.
No, I
Because
know.
my girlfriend has gone off on me about that, and I'm like, yo,
She's wrong.
yeah, you gotta leave. Yeah, no, I
I
can't
know,
be here.
I know I can't put it on the other person because
Yeah.
they're fucking eating. Like
Yeah, they're just eating.
I know, but
Different
I
sounds.
also can't separate the fact that I am enraged.
Rage. And what
Right.
is it? It does it has a name. Do we know?
I forget it. There is a name for it. Some scientific name that they've put out for it. You guys got it.
That'd
What
be
is
hard
the
for
name?
Alberto to
Rage when
search.
hearing eating sounds.
Mastication. You don't like the sound of mastication.
Yeah, I heard it recently and I actually felt better. I'm like, oh, I'm not just a fucking psycho. Other people are psychos too.
Other people. Misophonia.
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 It's hearing the shit.
Specifically for eating.
Yes.
Misophonia.
And it's gonna give you an irrational emotional response.
Irrational.
Hey, quick question.
Hi.
What is that thing called? Like cute aggression? Is it just called cute aggression? When like you see
Cute?
something that you just
Oh,
literally
where you
can
wanna
make your
murder a
hands
puppy?
go like
Oh.
this.
Dang.
You
Yeah.
never had that.
Where I wanted to murder a cute thing? No.
Yeah, like you see something so cute that you just want to smash it.
No.
Like it's so
dang.
beautiful.
Daniel,
It's so
you don't
beautiful.
understand.
Oh,
I need to
It's-
smash it.
Like it's.
I have never experienced that.
One day.
Anyway,
One
if
day.
that's
Anyway.
called something.
Well then.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna answer the questions from fans. Listen, you guys sent me. I have put out this little thing on Instagram before. Ask me things. I have never gotten this many responses as when I said Ned Mose and Cookie are on a podcast. What do you want to ask? So,
Nice.
Did you see? Wait. Did you see the only comment that I approved under? Yes, I approved comments because
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah.
Go
on.
The only one I approved was like, "Dang, Daniel grew up." Everybody's over there liking it.
Turn up.
I love the Cookie because we've known Daniel's been sexy since
Oh,
right
it's
after Ned.
Literally.
Like
First-hand accounts, yeah.
yeah, like
I felt like I could barely approach him on this.
yeah. Like we've known you've been sexy. I love watching people catch up. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
crazy.
Here's a funny one. We'll start light. Masononius123 says, when you get money, do you save it or spend it all in a short amount of time?
Depends on the person.
Depends on the money. Well,
No, that
let's
too.
each give our. I mean,
Look. Look. Your relationship with money is gonna change. That's basically what I can say.
it's true. It's fluid.
And you're gonna overestimate and underestimate. Your guesstimates are gonna be wrong. But the point is, I spend it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could give you a little dance. I could give you a little song and dance, Nedhead podcast listeners, but I spend it. but I spend it on my life. I pay rent in Los Angeles. I spend it on food. I spend it on gas. But
As you dance.
I'm not at a point currently. I'm not at a point where I'm making a
Enough
nice surplus to be
save.
tucking it away.
Yeah.
And
It's
yeah.
like, no,
So-
And
it's
it
gonna
doesn't
go
feel worth
anyway.
it with the hell you have to get through in a day. So you're like, please, if I don't treat myself to this, I'm not going to be able to keep going in this hell to just like barely make everything work tomorrow.
No, actually,
you know what I mean?
That's actually like a really deep point that I realized when I fucking ran out of money was like, man, this is really fucking hard because now I can't spend. Now I need to shut off any extra spending.
Yeah.
But now my life is more stressful than ever, and shutting off any little treating myself is like a cycle that's sending me into more stress and struggle.
Mm.
And it's tragic, dude. People do not understand. People who aren't living paycheck to paycheck do not understand what your life becomes and how just like shut down it is and how stressful, and that you can't treat yourself. So then you stop feeling like fucking worthy of things. Like
Of
it is
treatment.
It is a
That's a tough
brutal
one.
cycle when you're paycheck to paycheck. Shit's brutal.
Yeah, the goal is to save for sure. I think we all want to do that,
Especially
but,
as adults.
especially as adults.
Yeah.
But budgeting is just the way. At least then, when you do spend, more than you wanted to, you know what it was allocated towards. So just keep a list of what you want to buy or need to buy. I think.
Yeah, Lindsay. Daniel has told me about this word before, budgeting. Have you ever encountered it?
How do you spell that?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Is it French? Because I
Budget?
pretty much stay away from it. Because it scares me if I actually did the accounting.
Do I just sign that at the end of the year? Or like, what's up?
No, that's tough. Money is a tough
Money's
thing, guys.
tough.
Okay, so
guys.
here's the thing. In my astrology chart, if you believe in that,
Go on.
anything with 2 or more planets, it's called a stellium in that house. So I have a stellium in my second house of money, Uranus, Neptune, and Saturn, but they all have different ideas about money. So it's like a lot of energy
So
in
you're
that house. So I
juggling
think
the
it'll
money.
always be coming, but until you learn how to like fit all of that energy for that house into something, I really truly always feel like somehow the universe always comes through and like just
Answers
right
you.
when I need it, man. Like
Yeah.
Same.
it's kind of incredible.
I hate those testy moments because that's how it seems to work.
Yeah.
Scary.
Like, God or whoever,
Yep,
whatever in the
keep
universe steps
moving.
in, but I'm like, I gotta stop doing this. I gotta
Yep.
learn my lesson.
Did I
So
have to get this close?
this close? And I have a problem with giving to others. That's my thing. Like, I can help you out. It's gonna be fine. And
Yeah,
then now
yeah.
hardship
You're
hits
screwed.
me. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh man.
and now I gotta hate this person.
Yeah.
He was my favorite cousin. I'm joking.
This kind of tags on to this. It just expands beyond money. F. Mongoose
Ooh,
asked, how do you guys find a good balance in life? Very broad question.
Very broad.
How do you find a good balance?
I need to know what I'm balancing first.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You're balancing relationship to money. Everything is
balance.
balance.
I mean, I just keep trying.
Yeah.
That's about what I can say. I don't think balance, not even in yoga, is that my strong suit. That set of poses, like
Yeah.
balance is so very hard, and balance between your hemispheres is why I go a lot to breathing. But recently, and yes, since I've gotten sober, it's crazy, like how much more respect I have for the body, and I think anytime like self-care, which is that you can get into the body, right? That is balance in life. Anytime that you can just be right there. Like I have never been so content at friends' game nights. I used to not be able to stay at a place. I was like, where else do I go? This isn't fun. I don't want to be here. And I don't know, just realizing that audition or that opportunity is just not, it's not life. Like the balance of life is just realizing what's important in life,
And being in your
and then I
body
think
and
your
being
priorities sort of like, but your expectations still have to be managed, obviously. And it's not like there's no annoyance, even when that balance comes into place, because you're kind of used to like your central nervous system is used to another pace or like yada, yada, yada. But I don't know. Balance is just a long road.
here. I will say what comes to me with this is in life, balance wants to occur. Like naturally, energies want to balance, meaning when shit's out of balance, you just have to pay attention because shit'll be off. Shit, the results will be there. So I would just say to each of our lives are so specific. So balancing them is very specific, but I think it's just about paying attention paying attention. Pay attention to
really
what's in your life.
Disagree with that phrase. When you know better, you do better. It's when you feel better, you do better. You know, and it's like paying attention. Like I had all the knowledge in the world. I paid attention to myself like a motherfucker. Did that keep me from understanding why I wanted to feel that way and why I thought I deserved it? Even though intellectually I'm like, wow, look how much greener the grass is over there. But I don't know why this shit tastes so good, right? And like I know I'll always have a home here. So it's like it's not. I don't think it's a cognitive knowledge. It's a safety that you feel within yourself, like a consistency and just relying on yourself.
And that's what I'm saying. Like not paying attention necessarily intellectually. Pay attention. The feedback will show up when you're out of money. You gotta balance your relationship with your money. Like when shit's falling apart around you consistently, something's out of balance. Like even the masculine and feminine conversation we had, like life showed me that I was too in my feminine, like because it wasn't working. It wasn't working. The things that I want, the outcomes that I wanted, the feelings that I wanted to give others, the feelings that I wanted to give myself, it wasn't happening. So something was out of balance. And then it's just constant dance and constant experiment in trying to get it to a place where it's like, oh no, this feels good. No, okay, no, this feels right. And that's like a lifelong fucking journey.
So real, man. And I think it's so interesting that we use that term balance, you know, for like your account balance. Like, so you know your life's out of balance when that account balance is out of balance. But that's in capitalistic society. For me, I kind of believe in like a triangle of like your mental health. So you got to make sure your mental health is good. You got to make sure your physical health is good. And then your spiritual health is good. I think as long as those three things are at least being considered by me, as long as I can pay a little bit of attention to all of those and make sure I'm feeling good in those areas, things tend to work. I feel more inspired to do the right things to reach my goals. That's how I keep balance.
I think the best way towards balance, though, is really to meet yourself exactly where you are. You got to embrace exactly where you are. I think to even like, you know,
what you mean, like knowing what what options are available to you as well, like
knowing what you're actually capable of in that moment, knowing what your ideal is, and then like I said, what your capabilities are, what you got to practice to like get to there
without setting goals that are way too out of
exactly
reach.
I think like for a long time, like I only lived in like the ideal of I should do this way, I like this is the best way to do it, or I read somewhere that this is like we should worry about this if we use this, and I just was like never grounded in something I believed in. You know what I mean?
For guidance from
right?
outside.
Like yeah. Sorry, well, I just lost my train of thought.
Well, I mean, we're talking about balance. Yeah. That was legit.
Yeah. So hope we helped you.
Your own definition of balance versus someone else's.
Exactly.
Definition.
Yeah, I mean, balance is deeply personal. You can't live by what the self-help books are telling you balance is unless it's coming through you, from you, of you, you know?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's do another. Chewy Coronel, says, how was it growing up in the spotlight, guys?
In the spotlight, you say?
How was it growing up in the spotlight? Anyone?
It still felt like a dark cloud, personally. Yeah. No. I was never at a point when I was by myself that I felt settled or okay. I was almost completely detached, and I would only feel my life experiences when I was with another person, or I like was talking to another person when they were like reflected back at me, or my own ideas were reflected back at me through them. Right? It's almost like my brain went into like static or white noise when I'm by myself. I don't know if it's a fear or freeze or flight, like that kind of hits you when you have to be alone and intimate with yourself, but that didn't happen for me for so long. You know what I mean? It's
and
almost,
when you're
it's
in the spotlight,
like
you don't have to be. There's always somewhere to be and do and be seen. And
I was always trying to like catch up in my own mind, regardless of what I was achieving outside of myself. In my own mind, I just was still. I mean, I was treating myself like nothing had happened to me external, right?
Yeah.
Like that just didn't even find its way into me.
Yeah.
Into that heart.
I think that's a case for a lot of people. It's like from the outside, it's easy to look at spotlight, limelight, fame, attention like that and think, oh, that's going to solve this hole that I feel inside me. That's going to solve the I'm not enough. That's going to solve the I'll never be enough. Like all those fears and doubts, you think that attention is going to validate it away. And I mean, it's just pretty much universal that it might for a moment, you might think, and it doesn't. That can't solve it. Like it can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But growing up in the spotlight, also, I felt like we were at like this nice in between level.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
Ned's, the way I describe it to people is whether you watched Hannah Montana or not, you knew who the fuck Miley Cyrus was.
Yeah.
If you didn't watch Ned's, you didn't know we existed.
Right.
But if you watch Ned's, you knew us and loved us.
There you go.
And so that like put us in this weird in between where it's like I was still able to be anonymous in a lot of situations and experience the spotlight as the pursuit of what I loved. Like that came with me pursuing what I absolutely loved and wanted to do. So I don't know, it was kind of nice. And I still like we had our house in Georgia like until I was 19. So I would go back to Georgia and just feel like like I'm just back at home with people I've grown up with my entire life. Like it's all good. So I guess I felt like my experience of it was a nice in between where I could do both and we weren't so fucking big that you can't like move through the world, you know?
Yeah.
See, Spotlight for me has a different, like acting is very personal, very private, very amazing. But I think I actually like didn't really want to be seen as myself without that extra layer of clothing on. Like I didn't like red carpets. I don't like dressing up and going to them and getting all of that. I don't. Yeah. I said, I always used to say, this would be the perfect job if you didn't have to do the press.
Yep.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Yep. And I didn't want that spotlight on myself. Like it's like, here, let me show up this way, and this is a part of me inside that I would really
acting. Let me show up in my
you,
craft, in
right?
my shit.
Yeah. And in a controlled environment where it's going to be heard, potent, and received, rather than this just chaotic, isolated mess.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah, I fully agree with that. And then, you know, spotlight is like a term to use, but it's like, okay, what does that really mean? Is it the being on TV? Like, oh, that's a spotlight. I think of this spotlight more like a microscope than anything. And microscopes are very uncomfortable to be under. So like that whole press thing, I got to show up here and be gorgeous if that's what you're selling, or funny if that's what you're selling. You know, it's very tough when you're doing anything to be under a microscope. Yeah.
Because you start performing for the scope.
Yep.
That I definitely had to go through in my 20s was detaching that relationship. Because like we book Ned's, you go through like media training, like you go through how you're supposed to relate to the press, media. You learn what like mask you need to put on to be, and as a kid, for me, it's like I want to be a good boy. I want to do what's right. I want to hit the mark.
People
please. But you're doing that with your being.
Yeah.
So I definitely had to relearn who the fuck I am. I had to reprogram after that phase. Man, like giving a kid insane amounts of attention and validation that you get as an actor, but for performing, even when they're just being themselves, like you start to become a caricature of your own self. Like your mask is you, but it's not you. But yeah, I definitely developed some major like people pleasing, always considering the external before myself because of this kind of
what are the
relationship.
optics of what I'm doing versus how does this actually make me feel?
Again, I'm always going to talk about it. Burning Man like liberated me in that way. That first time I went, I spent my entire life as an actor. I think all kids, and I think plenty of adults, are very self-aware. We're aware, what are people perceiving about me? How am I coming across? As actors, we're doing that on another level, and we are opening ourselves up to that perception and rejection all the time. It is constantly, it matters how people perceive you when you're an actor because you're trying to get booked. So like you are hyper aware. Am I dressing the right way? Am I answering things right? How's my energy? Am I smiling? Right? So doing that for years, I didn't realize what it was doing. And then I got to like Burning Man the first time and was just like walking around in the dust wearing what the fuck ever and everyone else is, and nobody gives a
He's
shit.
like,
I was free. I got to meet myself just free. No,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. No one was judging me. I could feel it. Oh, I could feel it. Oh, there's no
I'm
judgment.
in the horde.
Because no matter what perspective you get on your life, you can feel when you walk into a room and you're being judged. You can turn it off, or you can try and turn off your care to it, but that's an active energy. You can feel it when you're being judged.
Yeah.
In the regular world, you feel it. I'm hyper aware of it. So going to a space where it wasn't even there, I went, oh, whoa, I am much bigger than I've let myself be.
Mhm.
And like, I really like myself. I like who I am. Who am I
Yeah,
actually?
finding out. Yeah,
Wait,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, maybe I'm bigger than I thought. Like,
Mhm.
maybe, wow. So yeah, that's definitely been a process.
I can say and do things without considering what other people are thinking.
Yes, I can act out of my own feeling and my own intuition and actually trust I don't have to relate it to others.
Yeah. I can be considerate of others,
For
but
sure.
not like, oh, I need that validation.
For sure.
Yeah.
But like my entire concept is not based off of like a sound, like
Yes.
something bouncing back at me from another.
Which
Mm.
being a kid actor, you have to be, everything is based on the external response to you.
Yep. Cut.
You get
Can do it
trained
like
in
this,
it.
actually.
Mhm, mhm.
Did I do, and you're a kid, so did I do good?
Mhm.
Hit your
How's the
mark.
response?
hit
Did
my
I
mark?
did I
Yeah.
do good? Did I do good? And then you are fucking anxious and neurotic. I mean,
Mhm.
it's a thing. It's a
Mhm.
thing.
And then you start expecting your friends to tell you you're good and funny, and you start keeping that performance. At least for me,
Yeah.
like that performance continued, off of set. It like made me not as close to people, even though
Yeah.
people are like, she's clever. It was like it was the easiest way to not know people. Too.
Yeah. And
You know?
and people aren't looking for that from you. Like, we were validated for it because we were doing a job. We needed to perform. But then when you get into regular relationships, people are like, can you
People are like,
just,
I don't like to
Can
be
you
around
just
that.
be?
can you just be? Yeah, cut it out. What are you doing?
Stop asking me if you're good.
It's real.
I don't know. Devinisms asked, is Doug Sexy alive? And I have to say,
Doug Sexy never was.
exactly. Did we ever?
Was he an actual individual? We got to look on IMDb.
Maybe
'Cause I thought
we'll
it was
get.
just a big crowd.
I know. Maybe we'll get to him. And did they ever show? I don't think they ever showed him. The
No.
gag is you never see
You never see him. How many more episodes? I mean, how many episodes is he in?
more.
Okay.
I remember, like,
Okay.
it's a running gag.
Okay.
He's in he
Right.
plays out
Yeah.
the series. But that's a funny question. But Doug Sexy never existed, dude. Doug Sexy's an idea, man.
Yeah,
Doug
exactly.
Sexy's in your head,
There's
man.
no ideal, beautiful person.
Come on, man. D. Noled Hictum. I don't.
Dictum.
Nice.
Said
Cousin.
also would Daniel consider performing Cowboy Cookie live?
Well, this isn't live, so I won't be doing it here. But we can figure it out. Yeah, we can figure it out.
Cowboy Cookie. I kind of
No,
forgot about
if
Cowboy
Lil Nas
Cookie.
X, if Lil Nas X comes on to do it, yeah, I will. We can do it.
You guys
Cowboy
can do
Cookie.
a little
Cowboy Hookie, Old Town
Mhm.
Road.
Old Town Road Cowboy
Mhm.
Cookie mashup.
Ooh.
Bang, bang.
That is so good. TikTok, get at
Our
it.
generation ain't
Get at
ready.
it.
You know what I mean?
We
I
ain't
honestly
ready.
feel like we gave him that idea from Cowboy Cookie for him to do that thing. Since he watched it.
Right?
I could believe it.
A lot of people are there's a lot of versions of people asking why don't we do the show for adults? And I just want to say it's a great idea, obviously. A show that gives tips to a generation to genuinely help them through their life and provide entertainment and comedy. Great idea. We could do that in the 20s, post-college, real
Sometimes
life.
I feel like I just want to touch you when you're talking about something really passionate and be like, hi, tell me.
Her foot's on
Right on his dick.
my
No.
no, it's on my thigh.
He's on
No,
his thigh.
it's not on my thigh.
It's not
It's on my thigh.
It's not on his dick. But hold my hand while
Oh,
you say
man.
that, and you can talk to them. But just feel me.
It would be it's a great idea, friends who ask about this, Ned heads who ask about this, and I agree. And I thought of it, if you want to find one.
Oh,
And
let's see.
I thought of it, and so did Scott Fellows, who created Neds, but we don't own the IP for Neds. So we developed an idea. We pitched it to the studio who owns the IP. They loved it because our pitch was fire. And as of now, they're just passing on it. That's it. They're just as of now, they're just passing on it. I don't know. They made iCarly. It looked right.
Right.
We could do Neds, but honestly,
It means a lot to us just to be doing this.
Honestly, and
Yeah.
maybe it's better to be doing a pod that we own and we get to just be ourselves on and not enter a whole nother like 3, 4, 5 year journey on the show as Ned Mose and Cookie. Maybe it's cool to do a podcast. Maybe it's cooler.
Maybe it's, I don't know. Maybe it's more the medium we need to tell people. And
After I spiraled into deep depression after them turning down the Ned's reboot, because I'm gonna be real, guys, I needed it. I needed it. I have felt so far from my own career and my own relevance and my own financial stability as an adult. It's scary. And Ned's made so much sense to me. I get messages all the time about it. It made so much sense to me. Like, oh, let's do this. This will be good for everyone involved. It'll be good for the problems I'm trying to solve in my life. So I put some need on it.
Right.
And then to get Scott involved and Michelle, and our pitch was fire. It felt so good. And I was like, this makes sense. But the world doesn't always give you what makes sense. And after I got out of that depression about it, I actually like am truly like, I'm like okay that we're not doing it was like, oh, you know what? I trust you, life.
Yeah.
I trust you.
Yeah.
It's good.
Absolutely. No,
I
for
thought
sure.
it was an answer, but maybe it's not.
I mean, you put so much heart, soul, effort into keeping people connected, keeping people up to date, communicating. Like, you really are the go-between between, you know, Scott and everybody and everything. And you did such a nice job on that pitch. I remember you collected all those like testimonials and those.
Thanks to everyone who sent those
things. Yeah. That was just, I mean, you really put a lot of effort in, Dev.
Yeah.
And I mean, we kind of show up, but he really handles like details. And, you know, I assume that was just.
Yeah, it was 2 years. It was 2 years.
Crushing.
It was 2 years that we were working to get to the pitch meeting. So like working towards it and really starting to believe in it, and then just having it just be like this email pass, like love the pitch, just nah. And the thing was, Scott and I we didn't need it to be with them. We wanted them to let us license the IP. We'll go sell it.
Anything,
Oh, that's the thing that people might not know. They're like, why don't you take it to Netflix? They own it. If they don't give us permission to license it, we can't. And we asked, like, let us take it and we'll pay you. And they still were like, no, we're gonna hold on to it. And just like, it was just an email. That also hurt. That also brought back like old Ned shit of feeling like Ned's was the weird fucking stepchild on Nickelodeon. I don't know. We kind of had that thing of just feeling like, we get great ratings, our show's great, but we're treated some type of way.
Because we don't got a headliner.
Dan Snyder's like, don't let them get any traction.
But we're our own thing. Yeah, so it kind of triggered some of that, which was also good to have like an old wound come up and then go, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine, man.
Yeah.
We don't need this.
Coconut head.
That's how I felt when I got that email that they passed. I didn't make it.
That's tough.
You got a question?
All right. Ned had named.
Wait. Oh, a Nedhead. I thought someone's username was Nedhead.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
Angelica with the J. Oh, you just made some money on Cameo, Devin. Good stuff.
Hey.
No, he has to.
Yeah, I have to do it first.
Oh, you gotta complete it. You got work to do.
Works?
I barely do.
We should do it right now.
Oh, that would be dope.
Do a cameo on the pod?
Yeah.
I give people legit ass cameos. I should be charging more.
I give legit. Yes,
Well,
that's
she's
what I
sending them
mean,
feet
dude.
pics.
That's what I mean. And I raised it gradually.
Yeah.
And I did it because, yeah, dude. When I get your cameo, even if it takes me a second to do, it's because I'm literally I'm
Giving it
harvesting
good
the energy.
Yeah.
And
I'm giving you.
I'm giving you, man.
Nice.
You know,
Yeah, I give people
my
5-10
piece of my
talks.
soul.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like thank you and like hi.
I feel you.
So
There it is.
anyway,
get a cameo from
you
this
you
one.
deserve it.
Thanks.
All right, Angelica with a J. Angelica 16. She sent 2 questions, but this one is, what has been the best and worst part of being adults?
Wow.
You know,
Yeah, I love
solid
that.
question.
I love that. The transition from adolescence to adulthood is a rude awakening. Like it really is. And it happens gradually over time. I would say your whole 20s, you're going through it. I feel like I thought I was an adult in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I really was until now, the last 2 years.
Yep.
Because it's hitting you in different ways,
Yeah.
painfully,
Yeah.
the entire time. Some of the obvious worst things about being an adult, it's all on you, baby.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
Nobody's gonna save you.
Nobody's gonna save you. Any problem in your life, other people can support you in solving it, but
Yeah.
no one's gonna come do it. If there's a mess it's on you
Yeah.
to clean it up. And that is really, really difficult. And I mean, the worst part of being an adult is the
that was the worst part.
Yeah, part of that is that is money is
Yeah.
now needing to figure out how you're going to make money in a way that's sustainable, that can last over time, that provides you some level of freedom.
That's legal.
That's legal. That's doing a job that you don't absolutely hate. Not everyone gets the blessing of loving their job like we do as actors. Not everyone gets that blessing, but you don't want to hate your job. You don't want to do a job that makes you just feel like your soul is dying.
Tolerable.
So just that whole process of becoming, but this is the process of becoming an adult. And that's also the best part, is becoming responsible for your life.
Yeah.
And therefore becoming free.
Yeah.
And that's it. At first, that responsibility feels like a cage. It feels scary. It feels imposing. It makes you feel out of control. All these things. At a certain point, that's where you're free. Is when you're in your responsibility. That's where the freedom is. So that's kind of the process.
Having the choice to be responsible and then realizing why being responsible is
matters.
the choice.
Yeah, why it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, what you got?
Just brain development, man. Like, I mean, just that, I don't know, just this incessant need. I don't know if it just petered out by itself, but in my 20s of just like needing to be somewhere that I wasn't and needing to chase this chemical high. And unfortunately, I do bring things back to my sobriety and like my use a lot because it really colored my life up until like, a year and a half ago. And it's like, you can change your mind. You can change your mind and you can change your activities. Whereas like sort of as a child, I think we're given a lot of ideas. We're suited up for battle and like, like a soldier with all these ideas. And what you realize is even though there's all this shooting going on, you got to kind of like get naked and like while that's all happening. And it might like rip through you and happen. Yeah. But it's really like all of it should come off at a certain point. And then you pick it back up like what you need. But just the ability to like be sovereign over your mind if you like choose to be, you know what I mean? And let go of those things. All of my beliefs shattered. And that was like the worst part of being an adult and the best part because I finally broke through that like film or whatever was holding my aura, like whatever. I leveled up, and that's really cool to know that I did that like on my own. Like I fucked it up. But then I did that. I did both. Right?
Yes.
Right? I'm a
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to die many times to become the adult that you'll continue. Like you have to die. Your belief system, your belief structure, it has to die. Life will fucking thresh you of the identities you're holding on to that are not for you anymore. Yeah. And it sucks. And then it's beautiful when you start coming through it with that new skin and that new integration and that new identity. Oh, it's good.
And I loved how you described that as like an armor and it's put on you by like whatever, your family, your society.
Conditioning.
And it's all there to help you. But it's like, okay, now I'm on this battlefield. Guns are being used. Bullets are flying. And I'm in this big shiny armor that's really heavy. I'd probably be better off taking some of this armor that just doesn't work so I can run a little bit faster and actually dodge those things that I want to be away from. I vibe with that. For me, one of the worst things about being an adult, truthfully, has been having to schedule. Scheduling was always something that I struggled with.
Oh, yeah.
In school, the school that lays out the curriculum. Hey, you need to know these things. And once you can take this test and prove that you did this, then you're a good boy, You have to be here. This is your first period, second period, third period. Okay. After school things, your parents are setting this stuff up for you or your school is doing all this stuff for you. Then you have to do it yourself and you have to know why it's worth you scheduling these things, plotting out that calendar for the week and then moving on to, the month. And then now I'm planning for the year. Bruh. So planning, scheduling is something that is like kind of uniquely adult because kids don't really have to do it. It's hard.
I miss the easy mark of what success is.
Oh my God.
What good is. When you're younger, it's imposed upon you by parents and society and teachers and whatever.
Good job, gold star.
Yeah, there's a mark to hit and a structure in place for you to like find it
Yeah,
and
improve
prove it.
You get to decide what is success
Yeah.
for you.
When you're
Kind-
when you're an
when
adult.
you're an adult.
When you're an adult, there's no mark.
Yep.
You choose the mark. You choose
Yeah.
The best and
deadlines
worst
every
part of it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's like this freedom killing me.
Yeah,
this
that
freedom is killing me, bro.
Well,
That's a tough one.
Especially as like, I mean, we're like, I live the fucking artist life, right? When I had a job and had like somewhere to be during the week, that at least gave me some structure. I think it made me more productive to work a couple days.
Yeah.
On those off days, like it made
Nah,
me more
I
productive
need-
because some part of my life was scheduled. Man, the times
Your time
like,
became precious.
yeah, the times
part.
where I have no external deadline or structure, it all has to be on me to set it.
Yeah.
I can set my alarm and say, I want to wake up in the morning because it's good for me. If I don't have something I have to do, I know I don't have to wake up.
Yeah.
So if I'm like, get up, Devin, but I can talk to myself and say, bitch, you don't have to.
Yeah, yeah.
I go back to sleep. I fight the snooze.
Well, put it on that calendar. Use that calendar.
Yeah, that's some real.
Daniel knows
That's
what's
I
up.
love
Daniel,
that.
what time do you get up in the morning?
It depends. It depends on what's going on. I'm not gonna be one of those podcast guys. See, you gotta wake up at 3 a.m., run 7 miles, and then make $1,000. I mean, $100,000, in 5 seconds. I'm not gonna do that. I'm like an 8 o'clock guy. I'll aim for 8 o'clock.
Nice.
But then if it's a weekend, it'll be like 11.
8:15.
8:15. Yeah, on the weekend.
Dang, that's awesome. Yeah.
Best part. Of being an
Best
adult.
part about being an adult?
For you, Daniel.
Ooh. Best part would be, man, you have the option to entertain yourself in like any way you want. There aren't really restrictions on the
I knew it was going to be
entertainment.
something in this vein.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can do what you want to do, man. You can get up, disappear, go off the face of the world, the face of the earth if you want, kinda. I mean, within reason. But it's great that you can do what you want, and as tough as money is, you can set goals, make enough money to do those things that you want to do. So
I love that. That's real.
Oh, I thought
But-
you just meant like
oh
strip clubs.
well, no, you could. I'm not a strip club fan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I'm like, I prefer
Yeah.
the internet.
Only a little.
But yeah,
You want to pick a question?
Sure.
Traveling. The traveling
Yeah.
I did. I guess when this airs, it would have been the traveling I did in 2022. Like, really was my first time really feeling that freedom of like, I can just go.
yeah.
I can just fly somewhere and just rent a car, oh
And just
shit,
do it.
I'm an adult. Like,
yeah.
I can fly somewhere and just like take time. This is nice.
Yeah, Mom, I'm headed to Brazil. Is that okay? No. Just take your ass to
Dude,
Brazil.
I literally took a trip last year that I only told a couple people about. Cause like when I went to Europe for 6 weeks, like obviously my mom knew about that. And
Yeah.
like everyone knew like, hey, I'm going to be gone for 6 weeks. But
this
I
is
took
hard.
like
Why?
a 5-day, I took like a 5-day trip last year that I only told a couple friends about. And part of it was like, I've never really done, like I didn't tell my mom. I didn't,
yeah.
like-
yeah.
I kind of wanted to experience like, wait, like I am a sovereign adult. Like I can just go fly somewhere. Some part of it, I wanted the secret. I wanted it to be like
feels good.
mine.
Yeah.
It felt
belongs to you.
good. Like
Yeah.
I don't need to tell anyone about this. This is for personal reasons. And
Yep.
like, I'm gonna go do this.
Yeah, I'm
And I
not
didn't
fulfilling
share
anyone
it.
else's goal.
I didn't share it on social media. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, something about it. Yeah, it did feel like, I don't know,
Yeah.
like a nice
I
little
got no
adult
strings
thing.
on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No one
guys-
even knows I'm here.
Oh, and this is the last one, so pick a go.
I can't.
Oh, you
Help
can't
me.
even pick one, Lindsay? All right,
No,
there's so
help
many,
me.
right?
I don't
Okay.
know what we should answer.
All right, we're gonna do one more questions, babies.
I'm so bad.
That's great,
I'm so bad.
man. Dude, do you guys ever remember singing "You Gotta Know When to Hold
Hold
Up"?
up.
No,
Know when
Know
to
when to
fold
fold
up.
'em.
Know when to walk away.
Hey,
Know when to run. You never count.
wait, is this
your-
legal? Can we do
Probably
this?
not. This
can't sing
we
that?
can't be
But
used at
no,
all.
I remember. Did we sing that with Mary Ellen?
What?
I hope not. I remember doing it though.
All right. Here's
Kenny
a
Rogers.
good one that was clearly translated, so it's not asked. Whatever. Forgard girl.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh,
Oh, for gargle.
for gargle.
Yeah. Thank you.
For
Sorry,
That's
you're
exactly
right.
what I said.
Okay.
I nailed it.
Okay.
They asked why good things most end, which Why good things most end.
Must end?
Most
or
end.
most good
That's what I'm
things
saying.
end?
I think it's that. I think they translated it and it's like flipped.
Let me see.
Things only begin to
Why
end.
good things most
Some
end.
things
Why
end
good things most
sooner
end.
than
I think
others.
why do most...
Some
I'm going to
things
take that as
last.
why do most good things end.
Okay, cool.
And I just want to
Because
say...
just like a
just
flower
as
wilts,
coconut head, cabeza de
so
coco.
must all good
Yeah,
things.
Lindsay's got it. I just want to say, guys, we live in a natural world. There
Yeah.
are natural laws.
Yes.
There are natural patterns that we cannot escape.
Yeah.
Life comes in cycles. Look at the natural world, flowers, trees, all this shit. Good things have to end because from their ending, shit gets rearranged and new good things can grow. And these are the cycles you have to embrace.
Think of
in your life.
Think of any new relationship, friendship, job, anything that you're starting as this head of lettuce in your fridge, right? And now this could be some like supercharged hormone lettuce, right? That could last you a few years.
GMOs.
Or that stuff could be bad overnight. So just know that your life is a rotting head of lettuce. All right. And that's the way it's supposed to be.
Damn.
It does get a little...
Right?
That is real shit right there.
But it's real. You do have to like create your own relationship with this dynamic because definitely as I've gotten older, seeing how many parts of my life have come and gone, how many lives I've lived, how many identities I've lived, how many
lettuces you've thrown away, how much lettuce you've
I've
thrown away.
away.
Lettuces, what am I?
How many lettuce I've thrown away from my fridge. Like after a while, there was a point where I was like going through like a dark night of the soul, just being like, should I start anything? Does anything fucking matter?
Yeah.
It's nihilism.
Nihilism
Total
is a part
Bro.
of existential, like it's a part of it is recognizing everything is gonna end, but also everything is gonna begin again.
Yeah.
It's a thing. In the Vedic worldview, it's like an understanding that there are like kind of three base forms in the universe: creation, maintenance, and destruction, and they each lead into the other.
Yeah.
So creation occurs, something new happens, it's beautiful. When you slip into the maintenance phase, now you're maintaining it, but chaos is starting
Entropy,
to press.
it has to go down.
Entropy
Physics.
is starting to press against it.
Yeah.
At a certain point, that breaks down into destruction. Destruction breaks down all the components, and then you have new shit to create from. And this is the natural spiraling cycles of our life.
I mean, dang.
This has been the Ned's Declassified
Podcast. Yeah, good things
great-
gotta end.
Great questions, guys. Thank
Thank
for
you
like,
so much. Those were
listening,
good.
submitting. We'll do more like question
And we are
episodes.
literally in the same boat as you.
That's it.
Yo, I will go with the tip of today would be, or a tip for today would be to just acknowledge that there are cycles in life and it is okay to experience them, and you're gonna experience them whether you like it or not. So just embrace the journey, have fun doing whatever you're doing.
And just like check in with yourself, reevaluate what success means to you, and if you're becoming a person you want to be in efforts to get that one thing for success, just keep reevaluating what you actually give a shit about.
I love that.
Facts.
My tip is throw away the moldy lettuce in your fridge. Thanks for playing. See you next week, Netheads.
Peace. Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you guys want some clips from the show, go on over to Podco's YouTube channel. And you can also support our Patreon for more weekly bonus content. You guys know you want to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Woo!
Oh, welcome back, guys.
Back again.
Oh,
Season 1, Episode 6, Part 1, Sick Days.
Sick days.
Sick days.
It's good to see you guys survive all the pandemics. You know?
Yeah, all of them.
Did you-
Every stage of them.
Did you guys actually get COVID? Any of you?
Let's
let me-
take these
sorry,
off.
did y'all
Let's
get
take these
It's a little
off.
hot.
I can't
It's a little
see.
hot up
It
in
is
this.
so hot.
I got my bush popping out the mask here.
Did this thing ever even work?
No,
This face
definitely
mask,
not.
the shield?
Okay, but who got high on their own breath?
My breath was bad. So for the listeners at home, this episode is Sick Days, which is like the actual COVID episode of Ned's Declassified, the pandemic, the quarantine episode. So we were just wearing face shields and masks, but they're off now because my goodness, I'm done with that.
man.
Wow,
live
it
like that.
feels
And-
like heat, like a heater on my
And
face.
the amount of times over the last couple years where I was wearing a mask and just being destroyed by my own breath.
And like loving it.
No.
Loving it? Oh, wow.
Hold on, you freak.
Strange.
I loved it. Sometimes I was just like, wow, awful.
You like stank?
I love stank. In fact, I just made a story today. Before I got in the shower, I fingered my belly button quick.
Okay, belly
and
button,
sniffed
belly
it.
button.
It's horrible.
What?
Your belly button?
Oh my god, have you guys ever smelled your belly button?
Well, if that's what
Holy
the belly
bad.
button smell like, I'm
Holy
like, what is everything
alien.
else?
Holy, that's not a human. Holy cheese farm. It is wild.
Was there a certain
I want you to do
residue?
it right now.
Is there a residue in there? Like,
My belly button is
guys, I'm
clean.
going
No,
for
but
it.
go in deep. Go in deep.
No. All good.
No,
good.
like go deep.
Yeah, all good.
It's solid.
What kind of stinky ass belly you got?
How does one's belly button become stank?
That's what I'm saying.
What are you
don't
putting
get
in
into
there?
it.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not one thing.
All right, can you share with Devin what your belly button smells like?
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's see it. Devin, you let me
No,
know.
Give me a whiff.
I would never.
Get in
Okay.
that bad boy.
Oh, I would never.
I know.
Give me a whiff, Liz.
Fine.
Oh, here
You
we
see
go.
how easy it is?
Oh, here we
Peer
go.
pressure on Lindsay works like that.
Good. As it should.
That really ruined
She's
my
digging,
life.
guys, for those
I know,
just
I'm so
listening.
sorry.
Is it better? It's better now?
It's better now.
Yeah, you cleaned it today.
Okay, good. You took a bath. She's just reaching in there, hadn't bathed in days.
No,
Oh,
you guys.
God, this
Okay,
smells awful.
but can I also tell you something? So I had a belly button ring, and when you take that shit out, I don't know, that piercing still stays down there, and you got to keep that shit clean.
Oh, so maybe that's why it's
it
stinky.
was like
is that
soap
whole...
scum. Soap scum.
This is scum.
This is
I
wild.
haven't used the word scum in so long.
This is. I mean, I know we overshare on this podcast,
think
but we're just hitting the ground
I think
running
soap
today.
scum gets caught in the hole.
Oh, soap scum.
Soap
soap
scum.
Soap scum.
Like
Damn.
wet soap that has dried somewhere and maintained a stinky odor.
Dang. Okay.
Well, all right. So you know the way, like you kind of like enjoy the smell of your own farts. Do you
course.
enjoy the stink of your own belly button?
Yes.
Did it give you a little dopamine hit?
Yes,
you're like, ooh, I'm a stinky.
Jeez.
I love being a stinky girl.
Nice.
This is.
Daniel?
Do I love being a stinky girl?
Yeah.
No.
Being with a stinky girl.
Being with the stinky girl? It depends how many beers. How many beers, did I throw back?
And why do I feel like Devin seeks out? Like, you don't look with your eyes, you look with your nose when you're trying to find a lady.
Oh, dang.
No,
Just
no,
sniffing
right?
out.
Not true.
Wait, is it, I feel like
Wow.
I think he likes the stink though.
I
He looks like one of
completely
those
agree.
guys who wakes up
Completely
and
agree.
kisses someone in the mouth after, not brushing their teeth.
Right.
We don't need to brush our
Oh my
teeth
gosh,
in the
you're
morning.
a morning lover.
Oh, I hate that.
We don't
Can't
need
do it.
We don't need to brush our teeth in the morning.
I think
Well,
people should.
sometimes, but not all the time. Sometimes you just waking up, it's all good.
I can't do it. She got to get
like,
out my face.
like
with that.
I haven't brushed, you haven't brushed. We're even ground. It's all good. What,
Can't do that.
Miss
Can't do
Miss
that.
smells her own stinky belly button
what-
and
Judgmental.
enjoys
But
it.
What does
and is
gross me out
judging-
does gross me out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I just get any whiff of anything in the morning, you know what I mean? Like,
Especially if it's not mine.
Yeah.
Like, I can wake up with my stink breath, but I don't want to
If
smell
it's-
your stink
I
breath.
feel
If
like
it's
I don't have a
mine-
strong sense of smell, so like it doesn't just bother me much.
strong sense of self.
Well, dang.
Yeah, I mean, I can look. There's a difference. There's a difference between like someone having any type of odor and that sour odor. You know what I mean?
Huh. Wait, so
there-
which one do you prefer? The sour or the?
No.
Oh, okay.
Man,
okay.
thanks.
I like odors. Just odors.
I'm saying
I
like
like my
I'm saying, like,
sour odor
sometimes
regular from
no,
everybody
I don't
else.
even like my sour odor. Like there's odor where it's like, oh no, like you need to see a doctor, or
damn.
I might
you
be
need
there.
to take some vitamins, or like have you drank water in the last week? There's like
Dang.
that odor,
Yeah.
and then there's just like human,
Yeah.
and I'm cool with human.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you don't wear deodorant, right?
Rarely, yeah,
Rarely.
We need a deodorant sponsor. Any,
Anybody?
No, get
Anybody?
in there.
Are you sure?
Go on, Linz. Fine, right?
he's got some on?
Yeah,
He's got some
no,
on
I can
there?
smell that it's Devin under there,
Oh, you smell it.
but
not bad.
it's not bad.
So you
I
smell
like
that
it.
stank underneath.
Yeah, no, I
On
smell
the top.
him.
Yeah. Oh,
That's what I'm saying. There's still human.
Yeah.
It's not scentless, but it's not like,
It's not
oh,
stinky.
you're sick. Go take a belly
Right,
button.
right.
Like
right,
your
right.
belly button.
Okay.
Sick days,
You know
yeah.
what? I've told you that the pus fucking hole down there from the
my
piercing
pus
has
hole.
changed things. No, but has anybody else had their? No. Listen to me.
I love that.
It like the hole is like I can't. It won't close. You gotta clean in there.
Clean
but
that
it's
pus
like
hole.
But it's unable sometimes. Sometimes I'm playing with whatever. People with stomach rings, they're literally gonna be like, I totally understand.
Oh yeah, my old piercing stinks too.
It smells like cottage
Damn.
cheese. No, listen.
really relate to her.
I already got DMs from people who were like, "Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about."
Oh, damn.
So it's not just me.
For sure.
That's wild.
Yeah, so I have like a innie outie, so
Mm-hmm.
I have to clean the lint out of it often.
Great.
So I feel like that's why it doesn't stink, because I have to get in there daily and like
He
peel the
just-
lint out, and the lint is probably soaking up
Right,
you know,
the
stank.
sting.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
Oh
you're
my
a belly
gosh.
button cleaner. Do people do that? Do people clean their belly button often?
I have to. Guys, listeners, viewers, I'm so glad you join us for this pod because it's chaos.
It is.
It's chaos.
and
It's
we always
chaos.
get sidetracked.
But let's dive into the episode,
up.
shall we? Sick days. Honestly, this is the episode that got memed the shit out of during the pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
And it really made me laugh because I kind of forgot about this episode,
Yeah.
but everyone was posting the clips from when Ned is going through the hall. Get back! Get back! With the spray and the mask, like,
Yeah.
and then the beach ball, like,
Yeah.
really funny stuff, really relevant during the pandemic, obviously. We were all like, oh my gosh.
Ned's predicted COVID. guys.
Yeah,
Exactly.
wild.
Had one of my favorite gags, which was getting to run around in that human-sized beach ball.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
That's dope.
Just to go over it for those of you who haven't rewatched with us, this is the episode of Sick Days. There is a very contagious flu. We could call it a pandemic going around James K. Polk. Everyone is getting sick. Ned does not want to get sick because Matt Hoffman, the world famous BMX biker, is coming into Mr. Monroe's class later that day. He wants to meet Matt Hoffman, so he's trying to avoid getting sick. Mose wants to get sick because she's afraid of public speaking, which is one of the world's #1 fears of
Wow.
people.
Yeah.
Is public speaking.
Totally.
So
Wow,
Mose
really?
does not want to give a speech in front of the class, so
Yeah.
she's literally having people cough in her face.
Dude, asymptomatic super spreader. She's
Right?
going around licking people like it's like really gross.
Yeah,
You're
no,
one of the bad ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Part of
then,
the problem.
And then Cookie
Always.
Cookie is super sick, but he's trying not to get caught by the nurse to be sent home because he has a perfect attendance
oh,
record.
he's bad too then.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
you're the
right.
super
he's
spreader,
the
bud.
worst. He's the-
projection
You're the super spreader.
much, Ezra?
You're disgusting.
Yeah.
Part of the problem, Daniel.
And I
You're
get
part of the
Matt
problem.
Hoffman.
You
I
get
end
Matt
up getting our
Hoffman
hero
sick.
sick.
Yes. And that's how it goes. Ned ends up getting sent home even though he wasn't sick. Cookie ends up being saved by Lisa Zemo and getting
yes.
Matt Hoffman sick.
That is
love
wait,
that
wait. I don't
moment.
understand. Wait, when
Lisa-
was Matt Hoffman? I don't remember that part. Like
At the very end of the episode, I get to live
gets
Devin's
to-
dream,
yeah.
Right,
Ned's
right, I
dream,
remember that.
and I'm riding on the back with Matt Hoffman,
Yeah.
and then Matt Hoffman just sneezes. You hear him
and they
sneeze.
crash off scene.
They crash, yeah.
Oh. Watching you two,
The
those
dummy
dummies.
gag
I
is
love
And then
So-
just
I
watching
love
you
it.
two like joyful, like riding with him on the back of the
Uh-huh,
bike made me so happy. Scott loved that those dummies were not real.
Oh yeah,
It is the fun. I saw actually a TikTok of that going around, and man, that is just silly. That's just a silly good time.
Yeah.
Is watching the dummies. Obviously, a dummy strapped to Matt Hoffman's back. Watch the legs like flop around, but then cut to a close up of me or Cookie going
Yeah.
like,
Woo! Yeah.
Ew,
that
was
is one of my
so
favorite
sweet.
Ned's gags. Yeah, that really made me laugh. On top of the beach ball, which was one of my favorite things we did on Ned's, or one of my favorite gags that I got to do.
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
was run around.
Wait,
in
now
that
how
thing.
did they keep the air in there? Like it was, like I mean, well, they just blew it.
They
blew it up
blow
and
it in,
stayed-
and then there's
Oh,
just a limited.
Was it a zipper or no?
Yeah,
I
there's a
climbed in
zipper
through a
on
zipper, but then
Velcro
they're like
zipper.
blowing like a
And you have to be in there the
Totally.
whole time they're blowing that up, right?
yeah.
I bet
But
that was
that
hot
was
up in
shitty,
there.
right?
No, it's fine.
Hot air?
Oh, it's fine. And then there's just a limited amount of time in there before I die.
Right.
Nice.
Excellent, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Question. Now, would the ball deflate as there became less oxygen in there?
No.
No, it would stay big with the CO2.
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. So it's not deflating. It's just I'll
Killing
die.
you. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a limited amount
Yep,
of time
yep.
before that.
Do you feel like you
oxygen-
lost some brain cells in there? Like, would you be like maybe even more intelligent Devin today if you had
What?
not gone through that?
A few.
Did you say something?
What focus?
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot of things on Ned's made me dumber. One of my favorite parts of the episode was Moses' degenerate behavior, trying to get sick.
Which is something I think is out of character for Mose. A little bit.
Little bit.
Mose was a little more of a shit stirrer than I actually remember, eh?
Yeah, you were a shit stirrer.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
worry.
there was
We
a
were
reason
all
I was
shit
friends with
stirrers.
you two.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah,
like,
for
because,
sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the shot, there's this shot, listeners who aren't rewatching with us, there's a shot of Mose wanting to get sick, and so there's two kids at a desk coughing, and Mose comes up in between them, behind them, and just turns their faces into her, and she's so pleased and calm as they're coughing on her, and you breathe in. That made me laugh really hard.
That whole montage coming in and like taking his Kleenex, because my favorite part was how I looked at it at the end. It wasn't like a smile, it was like a like it just like a move off. I love that.
It was great.
Little thing. But then also what Rachel is or Lisa Zemo is always lurking. She is a
she's
lurker,
looming in the background.
Lurker.
Yeah.
And one of the funniest scenes was you at the door sort of like talking to her, and then the dialogue just stops and you take another beat before you go, and then she's just standing there. It's
those moments.
It's the lurky strangeness.
This episode really solidified her as like a love interest stalker, though.
Yeah,
for
right,
sure,
right,
for
A
sure.
stocky love interest.
But she
But
was
somebody with
also
good intentions.
with good intentions.
She helped you out. She saves
I was
Cookie.
like, oh, this is a genuine moment.
She always checks the right ear.
Yeah, exactly. That line was great.
In all of our rewatches, she, like, I don't know if I didn't notice it on when we were kids, but like in the rewatch, I'm like, she is so funny. She makes
So
me laugh
funny.
Yeah.
in every scene
Yep.
that she's in. I'm like, this girl's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rachel Shibner, shout out.
She's the truth. We love Rachel, man.
Yeah,
She's great.
dude, you were
so, genuine.
so funny, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever get COVID?
No.
I got COVID. I got it twice, if I recall correctly. I think, like, right when it hit. When did it hit? Was this like 2021 or
2020.
2020
March 2020.
was the hot one.
I think top of 2021 was my first time getting COVID.
That was Omicron.
Was it?
Omicron was top of 2021, I think, or was that 2022?
I don't know. We'll have to fact
Yeah,
check
that
it,
might have
but
been 2022.
It's
actually.
2023.
I got
Yeah.
whatever was before Omicron, so maybe
Okay.
it was at the end of
Delta.
2020. It was
Delta.
that Delta
That
thing. I
good
had that
Delta.
Delta variant.
You were flying on Delta.
Bruh. I was like, it was the fatigue and the muscles, and I've never had the flu. Like, I'm not a flu shot getting guy.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's gonna be fine. That I had never felt so tired in my like muscles, like my
Whoa, that
body.
body ache,
I didn't
just
want to get up and do
tiredness.
anything, and I had to just sit there for like, I want to say like 2 weeks or something
Whoa.
like that. But even after, like, my chest was still just like full. Like, it was just a whole bunch of gunk in there for like 2 more weeks, man.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
crazy. I still don't think I ever got. I never tested positive.
Dope.
There were times I felt. I mean, for 2020, 2021, and a little bit of 2022. Anytime I felt a little symptom of anything in my body, I was like,
Oh,
this
pump
is
some
it.
vitamin C.
This is it. Get tested.
Yeah. Oh.
Negative every time. So I
Dope.
don't know, man. You too, huh?
I am.
And you're out here
I
like
am not a sick person.
fingering belly
Dude.
buttons.
I am not a sick.
I'm
Oh,
not
and she didn't
either.
get it. Yeah.
I've not even tested myself for COVID that often.
She's like,
She had it.
No.
She fucking for sure had
As in,
She had it.
I've never felt that way. I've
Dude,
never
no.
felt like my symptoms are lacking. It's always up here. I never am physically sick. Like
That's
I
good.
promise
That's good.
you.
God bless you.
I mean,
When you say it's always up here, do you just mean you're mentally sick?
yes,
Is that what you're
Like,
saying?
my sickness goes
yes.
straight
I'm just
the
to the brain.
call
trying
is
to
still
make sense.
coming from inside the house, but it's upstairs.
Oh, dang.
It's in the attic. Okay.
Wow.
But really, yeah, I meant I don't have to because I didn't feel symptoms or like
Yeah, yeah,
sick
yeah.
at all.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really locked. I'm surprised I didn't get it because I really locked down for the first year. But then when LA opened up, it was like summer of 2021. LA was like, okay, if you have a Vax card, you can go places now. Like I went out like that first weekend in June, like all 3 nights. I just
Dodging
did
it.
some degenerate shit
Yeah.
out in public, and it just felt so good to be out around people like
Oh, man, it
dancing.
felt so
Yeah.
I was like, I've missed people. I've
Man.
been locked in my apartment.
Oh.
It felt so good on my spirit. I definitely got sick after that weekend. I was like,
It
oh,
just wasn't COVID,
I was like,
though.
oh, germs are real.
Yeah,
but,
they still
but it just
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
COVID.
yeah,
I was
right,
like,
right.
oh, I've been away from germs for
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
people are like, I was sick, but not COVID. And then I kind of at that point was like pretty like free balling, you know. But
Yeah.
I was surprised I didn't get
Yep.
it. I've traveled. I was in New York. The Christmas that like Omicron was getting everybody. New York was surging. I was there
Dang.
around the holidays. We were in packed bars. My mom got it.
Oh,
dear.
dang.
I came home. I might be an asymptomatic super spreader.
Yeah, right.
Wait,
Do you think me too? Oh my god. Let's go.
Maybe.
Yeah.
don't
my
know,
other one of my favorite one of my favorite Moe's lines in this was, "Terror drives a woman to extremes."
That's a great line.
It's such
That's
a
a
good
great
line.
line.
Yeah.
So many great lines.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that this episode was brought back during the pandemic. It really like put a smile on my face. Everyone sending me these memes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know.
sure.
I definitely forgot about this episode too. I would have totally forgot about
A couple
that.
times in Ned's Declassified, it's like, wow, the writers kind of predicted a couple things, or at least millennials kind of feel like, oh yeah, they did it, or like Simpsons did it first.
Yeah,
that whole thing.
yeah.
I remember in that episode they caked on all this like white makeup on my face. So I like even watching back, it was like weird. I'm like, I don't remember that, but they were trying to like make me look
to
super
make you
like
look pale
and sweaty and stuff, and all that glycerin. They put a whole bunch of glycerin on me to kind
yeah.
of look sweaty. This thick sweat.
And
crap.
what was that? What was the boogers that you sneezed onto your face shield?
Oh, yeah, on
that
the
shit
shield.
was
What was
real
that?
booger. I feel like those were
forget.
Charlie and PJ's boogers, like for real. Charlie and
Dude,
PJ, they
the
creators
actual
kids.
boogers.
Yeah,
I forget what they gave me.
that was so green. It was the perfect color green.
Yeah.
Kind
It
of chopped
is
up peas or something.
disgusting.
Yeah, it was
That's
gross.
like a fun part of TV and movie making is like, okay, Cookie needs to shoot snot onto his face shield and we need to see it. There's an adult's job is go
make
create boogers that we can put that look
That
like
we can
boogers that we
project.
can put on
Yeah.
like put on the Cookie's shield. That's such a funny part of filmmaking.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
man.
Is like that adults worked on that. That
Yeah,
was their
odd
job. They
jobs,
got
yeah.
paid to be like, all right,
paid
how are we gonna
handsomely.
make boogers?
The consistency of these boogers, that's wrong.
Exactly.
Start again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Back to the drawing board.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
What is the sickest you guys have ever been? You ever like is there any?
I blacked that out.
Right? Yeah, you
Okay.
kind of just forget those
Physical
things.
sickness, I was 9. My mom had the flu. So did I. I got it from her. I was taking care of her, and she didn't realize I had gotten sick. But every time I got up, I had to throw up. And then my aunt and uncle ended up coming over. We had to go to the hospital and like be IV'd.
Yeah.
But they were like, holy crap. Like, thank goodness you came in. You were really, really sick. And it like you weren't getting better.
Dang.
And so that's kind of like the last time I remember being super sick.
Yeah. So as a kid, if I remember correctly, I forget a lot of my childhood, but if I remember correctly, I think once a year I wouldn't get sick often, but once a year I would get like really fucking sick, like need an IV sick. Like, and that happened, I think once a year. I would get a really bad flu or strep or something and
I
have
hate
such
strep.
a high fever and be unable to keep down anything, liquids or anything. So we'd have to go to the hospital and get an IV so I could stay hydrated.
Got you.
So those were bad.
Dang, man.
And I don't even remember them. Like my mom's kind of told me. I kind of forget that
kinda
happened,
vague.
you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I was just delirious and they're
Yeah.
like giving me IVs, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
man,
What
yeah.
about you?
What about you?
But you bringing up strep, that just I hated strep, man. Strep was the worst as
Yeah.
like a kid, dude.
Did you get that a lot?
Not a lot, but I remember having it, and
Yeah.
it was so painful.
Oh,
like
it
you
hurts.
cannot
You can't
breathe.
swallow.
Swallowing was tough. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's tough.
Isn't it
man.
always?
But
Anyway,
good one.
did you guys ever have to like your tonsils out or anything weird like that?
Tonsils are in. I got my wisdom teeth out.
Oh, you did? I didn't do
All
it.
4.
And I feel like a champion for it, but I always feel like a champion until like 2 years pass, and then they start to hurt again, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh god, I should have got these things removed.
Yeah.
Why-
Did
why
they
do you-
say
why-
get them out
why?
and you were like, no.
They told me to get them out, and I just was like, no, I'm a real human. I don't have to do these things to prevent pain. Yeah, I know. Dumb.
Oh wow!
What?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
totally want to just
Just a
like
brutish guy.
magic
I'm
school
like,
bus into your mouth right now.
oh god, you're compacted.
Whoa!
Man.
They have to hurt, right?
Oh, they hurt.
Mine
very
were
bad.
hurting before I got them out.
Daniel,
Yeah.
Go
you
get
know?
them out.
Go get that shit
I
out.
mean, you know, pain is just, as they say, pain is just the bitch leaving your body. That's what they say, you know. So
Oh wow!
I feel like I'm stronger for it.
No, you're
Wow.
just dumb, dude.
But wait! Doesn't that
just
like
dumb.
hurt your jaw?
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Do
no,
you
no.
get headaches?
It did. No, yes, absolutely. Wisdom teeth are the worst. But
Yes,
I'm
they're
like,
supposed to come out, dude.
dude, I don't know. It's just so hard for me to, I don't know, deny myself the human experience in certain areas. I know. It sounds ridiculous. And I'm not a religious extremist. I'm not
just
saying that for drugs. I just don't want to deny myself the human experience. Oh, yeah.
Dude, that's kind of crazy,
Wow.
bud. It's kind of crazy, but it's a real normal procedure. It happens real quick, and then they're out, and there's no more pain. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, for real.
Yo.
I went in and was asleep doing the count back and whatever, and I woke up. I was face down. First of all, on my face, strapped to a gurney in the middle of a hallway.
Oh,
I didn't even know the dentist's office had a hallway behind all the other
Or
rooms.
a gurney.
What? Were your organs harvested?
You guys, I had to
Were you
literally
in
sit
Mexico?
myself up and like start to get up, and they were like, "Hello." I was like, "What is this?" Like,
Dude, I'm
corner
frightened.
clinic.
Sounds like a crime has been committed.
And it was
did
in
you-
Santa Clarita.
Did you
They have
feel?
nice dentists
Did you
up there.
feel okay?
I
everywhere?
mean, I never feel okay.
Was your belly
everywhere,
button stinky?
but
Oh, damn. Yeah.
It wasn't.
Okay.
Wait,
I
that's,
knew
that's
something
horrifying.
Wait, but
Oh,
you
it was
just,
I
awful.
woke up in the chair that I was
Nope.
in.
I was in
placed
some fucking
in.
hallway. They wheeled me in there.
face down.
Yeah, I woke up like
face down.
This is-
Why would someone be
be face down on your mouth because I think I had like turned over or something on the gurney. I don't know.
Oh, it's probably something actually like there's so much like drainage from your
they're like,
that you
let
can't
it-
be on
let it
your
out.
back. Like there probably is
So
a
they
reason.
put you under. You were there when they put you.
Oh,
under.
you're under.
Yeah,
You're
you're
under.
under.
That was my
You're
first
under.
time going under was my wisdom teeth, and man, that shit feels weird. Like I'm there in the chair, and the dentist, is like, "Hey, okay, count back from," and then it's just black, and then I like woke up, but it felt like no time had passed. So
yeah.
it's such a strange experience. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I'm looking at the doctor, and he's like, the dentist, and he's like, "It's done," and I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean it's done?" Like, I just sat down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Such a
Yeah.
weird sensation, man.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts when you're there? Because I love watching those videos, like where people get the wisdom teeth removed or
So
whatever,
funny,
and they're like
dude.
loopy and crap.
Yeah.
I had none of those drugs. I was not loopy literally at all.
What did they do?
Give you drugs?
They didn't do
They didn't even take out your wisdom
Can I tell you
teeth.
what they
The
did do?
butcher.
Can I tell you what they did do?
Uh-oh,
They
uh-oh.
sewed one back up too tight, so they had to rip the stitches out of it while it was healing and re-stitch it up right.
Oh my god, that's
Did
a
you go
botched
to
surgery.
Did you go to like a
Santa
medical
Clarita,
school?
folks. Oh, right. Where
Did
they,
you go to like the
A
school,
medical
the
school?
discount school?
Dang, dude. I used to go to
Man.
get these discount haircuts from like a school. They call it Barber College in Long Beach. And when I wanted a cheap haircut, I would go and they would butcher me every time. It was never worth it. I'm like, God, you're from my hairline. Oh.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. So you went to a dentist college.
You went to a dentist
Yeah,
college and you
obviously.
said, "Give me the
Obviously.
discount."
You went to a
wisdom teeth."
veterinarian.
Give me what you think a patient can take before they die from
Oh
this
my
surgery.
god. I don't want to deny myself the human
Human
experience.
experience. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
They should have let you keep them though. I don't think I got to keep mine. Aren't those fuckers huge?
I don't want them.
They are so cool.
I
They
mean,
look
I
like
would want 'em.
dinosaur fossils.
Yeah. Oh, what? Just seeing the root of those teeth? Yeah. Dinosaur
Yeah.
fossils,
No,
I
the
love it.
roots are just like they.
It's strange, yeah. There's more to the iceberg.
Yeah, you would be someone who keeps teeth on a shelf.
Oh my gosh!
She
I'd
puts-
put
makes
them in
a
a
necklace.
locket.
Yes. That's great.
These are the collection from my exes.
Oh, dang. Dang, man.
Souvenirs from my past lovers.
That's actually a great thing. Do you guys have souvenirs from past
Nope.
lovers?
Souvenirs.
Nope.
Not
from
even a
past
dirty
lovers?
pair of panties that you never
I
washed.
have a couple like random like love letters that were sent to me
Yeah.
that I kind of
That's
just
really
keep in a
sweet.
drawer.
Yeah, no. So as a young man, I used to keep like there's a lot of sentimentality in relationship. There's a lot of like, oh well, even after the relationship is gone, this was such a. She wrote me that letter that one time. No, now when I find those, I'm like, well, that relationship's over.
No, that's good. That's
Truly,
good.
it's just like that's done.
Yeah.
Moving on.
So, anything
you have love
from
letters
Devin?
from me?
Oh yeah. Anything from
You
Lindsay?
never wrote me any love letters.
I bet you I did.
I bet you didn't.
I bet you I did.
I bet you didn't.
For sure I did.
Boy, I
we were
keep
together
everything.
over a year.
My
For
heart.
sure I
My
wrote you
heart.
things.
My
sure.
I
I
don't
wrote
think you
you
were
things.
into your romantic fucking songwriter stage yet.
I was.
dang.
You weren't.
I wrote you songs.
Let's hear one.
For sure.
Let's hear it.
Why did you never sing these?
For sure. There was a song that I wrote while I was signed to Universal. Yeah.
Did they?
I would have
release it?
played it for you. You just don't remember. There were
Devin,
a lot of drugs.
You got to give us a little bit.
But did you even give me a chance to hear it?
Yeah, I think so.
Daniel, have you heard this song?
No.
No, I haven't heard it, and it didn't make you stay though.
I didn't hear it.
Devin,
I think you did.
I think you owe
I
the audience.
promise if you had sang me a song
We might have-
as my first
You guys
boyfriend and
would
made
still
a
be there.
song for
We
me.
might have
It's like, I
broke.
never would have gotten the drugs.
We might
Ever.
we
Everything
might have
would've been
broken up
changed.
while I was making it.
Okay.
It was called Tuesdays, and it was
Tuesdays.
about how we used to hang out Tuesdays after your acting class.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't even talk about that. That makes me so happy. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to go hear it.
It's somewhere. My parents probably have it on. Like, it was a demo. It was like, there was a time when I was signed to Universal and like I wrote all these demos and like recorded them with like producers, and that's out there somewhere. Tuesdays. It was like, what about Tuesdays for your acting class? What about the first kiss in your room?
Hey.
What about yeah, whatever.
That is so sweet.
Whatever. I wrote
love
you
that.
things.
Okay,
I did
well,
things.
I
That's
mean,
great.
But do you guys keep sentimentalities?
I
You said you
do.
got a couple letters
Couple
tucked in a
of
drawer
letters, yeah.
yeah,
from
I
past lovers.
I do.
Past lovers,
Do
just from all of them, so it's nothing special.
Do
It's not
current
any
lovers
one.
know this?
Doubt it. Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's absolutely absurd
Oh, okay.
for people to be upset about you keeping stuff.
Yes.
I think it's absurd.
I don't like.
I think that's absurd too.
It's a
you're
little
allowed
too
to
possessive.
Keep, you're
Yeah.
allowed to keep things
This
from
is a
your life.
part of
Yeah,
me.
you're not
Yeah.
saying I want to be back with them. You're just
Right.
keeping a memento
recall
from a
this.
time in your life. I agree.
I kept a lot of stuff from the boyfriend that like really, that I had to go to court. Yeah, whatever, that whole thing. I kept a lot from him even after that all happened because it was such a polarity that I experienced in the relationship. Like my happiest times and then the worst, absolute worst time of my life. But I couldn't let this go because I couldn't reconcile the two halves. And then slowly like working through it and I don't know, turning that shit into other stuff or finally being able to let it go.
Do you look through it and like do you think it'll be part of the process of letting it go to let the things go?
I do because like I don't just want to reduce our relationship to that conclusion. And there are so many things that he did for me that I had never felt before. And yeah, so I just didn't want to give it away. He was somebody who was romantic and put a lot of thought into things and gifts, and there were a lot of homemade gifts. And yeah, after all that hurt, it was still really nice to look through and see like,
nice.
wow, he really did love you. It just got a little hairy at the end.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, after like my last massive relationship, like it was a moment when I deleted all the photos. I was like, fuck this. I'm not keeping these. But also we were together 4.5 years.
Wow.
And then broke up pretty quickly. Like it happened pretty suddenly. And then she didn't give me a fucking conversation for a year. Like a conversation. Hey, can we fucking talk? I tried. She wouldn't do it. And so during that year, I was like, fuck this. Fuck everything. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not holding on to any of this then. Like,
Yeah.
fuck
Yeah,
this.
the weight of having played this part in our experience. Like,
Yeah, and now it's just it was like a release to be like, no, I'm not holding on to, like, this is over. So why am I gonna hold on to all these photos and all?
Yeah.
This is done. I lived it. I'm grateful for it. But like, this is done, dude. Delete. Like, delete. Move on. Like, I'm moving on. So it's been a part of my process to not hold on to things.
That's good.
Can we talk about like the 6 degrees of separation with at least 3 of your girlfriends?
Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah, Lindsay.
So there was Molly,
Mm-hmm.
who guested on 10 Things I Hate About You during the time she was dating you. Then there was Ashley Jackson, who also guested on 10 Things I Hate About You. And I think she was part of Bollywood Cook's like posse or something. So that next.
Wow.
Sarah,
Dog, you.
I went to Notre Dame High School with her
Oh, really?
for our freshman year.
Yeah.
We were great friends. And then I see that I'm what?
Yeah.
So I feel like, at least 3 of your
That's
girls
so
have had
wild.
such a
Devin's got a
strange-
type.
right?
Are you guys
No,
similar? No.
All those girls were pretty different. I feel
Yeah,
like.
very
They
different.
were- yeah, those
a
weren't
blonde,
a
a
type.
brunette, and Latina.
Yeah, those were all different and like different person. I don't really stick to like a archetype. I
Just a specific pool.
Yeah.
They all come from the same place. Got you. It's
Hey,
just fishing in the same
right,
pond.
right. Oh yeah,
Different colored fishes.
yeah. Do you have a type, Daniel?
Do I have a type? No, I love people. I just like people. Yeah.
I feel like
I
Daniel's
like all
an
types of
an
ladies,
equal opportunity lover.
Yeah, whatever comes my way, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Hold on.
All right.
Whatever comes my way,
You
you know?
just put out the brisket and let it slow cook. And whatever comes.
Hey, I love that analogy. That's great. Yeah. Oh yeah, whoever smells it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want some?
There's plenty.
good.
It's tender. It's tender.
Oh my god.
I feel like I do not have a type at all. In fact, I think looks are the last thing that I look for.
Goes around sniffing
No,
for that stink.
But for real, I mean, Adir was a sweet little, Indian man, and
Just really
Adir, what did you do,
doxing
Adir?
everyone, huh?
Adir was lovely, and he was so attractive to me. Although traditionally, I don't know that he would be considered that way, especially in our whatever. But he
Let's
knows
pull up
that
a
he's
photo,
fucking
guys.
amazing, and he's no. But he just loved him.
Good.
I guess the rest were kind of co-stars, which was fine. But no, anybody who just gives me that good feeling, like I did a crew guy was totally different from him, 6'5", like you know what I mean, like totally different for me. And mostly if you can do something quirky, that's what I like. I do not like traditional.
I mean, I feel like all of us are attracted to people. Like some people have this like shell type that they're looking for. Like, and that's I guess that's fine if that's your thing. It's like weird to me to have like purely a physical they are all blonde. They are all 5'2". Like
No, and it's crazy.
I'm just attracted
It's crazy
to
how many
people.
women are like.
he's
Well,
gotta
not
be
not 6
6'2".
foot. Well, then not at all. Like,
Um,
oh my gosh.
short hair,
Like, yeah,
no
no.
stank.
Yeah, that makes it hard to really have a human connection because you want to engage with this idea of what you want versus finding these people and and exploring.
Yeah, I'm
know,
attracted
what their
to
traits are.
who
Who you
someone
want.
is, who what their energy
And
is,
the
what their sense of
surprises.
humor
I
is.
like
Yeah,
the surprises of people. You know.
yeah, of like different types.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sick days.
yeah. Sick,
Nice.
some sick.
Love
days,
sick,
dude.
man. Love sick. Love will
sick.
make
Oh
you sick.
man,
out
dude,
there.
dude, love made me sick so much of my life, man.
Wait, quick question. Were y'all coupled up during the pandemic?
No,
Ooh, yeah.
I was coupled up with Theo
actually.
Olivares from Ned's
Oh, yeah.
Declassified, the curly haired bully. He was my roommate at the time. It was
Wow.
just me and him. Fucking
In your hand. That is it.
Oh man.
Wow.
Yeah, let's not talk.
Okay.
Let's moving
All
on.
right, all right.
I was so alone.
The carpal
Yeah.
tunnel.
Go on.
Yeah, I was coupled up, and it was good because I didn't, I guess dating in COVID must have been rough because you
Dude,
can't
I
go
was
out, right?
I'm not
so
sure that
alone.
was a thing.
It wasn't. Yeah,
I
right?
was. I've never been more alone. It was the first time I got on dating apps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
just to look
And what did you find
Yeah.
because
there?
you couldn't go meet.
I met some nice people.
Oh.
And
They
you
met
just
up.
chatted with them
They met up like through the.
thing. It's like, hey, check me out.
Cut a hole in this.
Just rub it against the phone.
Oh
Just
my
rub.
god! Yes. Oh yeah, I can hear it. Oh, yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I was because going into the pandemic, I was coming out of like recovering from like this major breakup
Breakup, yeah,
that
I
like
remember
took a
that.
long time to really like get through. But then it's the pandemic. I have never been more alone. Like even for just like the touch of a friend. Do you know what I mean? Like the pandemic, I realized like, oh, I need physical touch.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually starting to go crazy because I'm like Theo and I weren't like hugging each other during the day. Do you know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of
but
touch
why?
in my life.
But why?
Here's the thing. So
But why?
I was quarantined with my best friend, and
yeah, you guys were
holy
rubbing each other's feet. It's fine.
moly, I've never known how to cuddle like before her, and it was just, it is like being plugged into a charger when you're charging with the right person.
I agree.
And she is just like my friend, like soulmate. And I was never that touchy feely. You know how girls always like suppling each other's beds, like
Yeah.
on
Yeah, yeah.
sleepovers and shit and whatever. I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And so to like bring that kind of affection into my life at that point when I just like I needed it so bad.
Yeah.
And
get
that's
it.
what I have found. That's
That
what I
physical touch was
found
so
over the
needed.
pandemic is actually more connection, more physical touch than I'd ever had.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I think it's definitely like easier thing
Yeah,
for like
ladies.
you
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
your
sure.
girlfriend to be like, hey, let's cuddle and watch a movie. Me and Theo weren't really like, hey, bud,
It's like,
come on, I'll be Little Spoon this time.
That's what I always say.
Yo.
Dudes want to cuddle, sleep back to back.
It's true.
I mean,
the butt's
well,
still there.
Me and my brother, we used to, we do the little back-to-back thing.
And
you know?
even
it
that,
feels so
even that
nice.
is,
Back in the day,
is
I mean,
touch,
we
is
were
like
like
human
7.
touch, man. We need it. We
Yeah.
need it as people,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
If you're
Do you think you're a big physical touch love language person?
Yeah.
I could do without physical touch for the rest of my life. To be
I
really
don't
honest.
believe you.
I could do it. I really believe I could.
What is your
Without
love language,
physical
Daniel?
touch?
My love language
Daniel won't
is
even take off
words
his
of
shoes.
affirmation. As long as somebody's come with that
Oh.
right energy and positing it into my world, then I'm good. Because I'm not going to intrude on your world. Do not intrude on mine.
Yeah.
You know? You ain't got
Oh
nothing
yeah,
right to
it
say.
keeps
Oh.
Keep it
and
over
that's
there.
I think that's fine. I think that's cool.
Yeah, because if I'm having a great day, I don't want to get dragged into your crap.
Hey,
Yeah,
Daniel,
yeah.
Yeah.
You're really handsome,
Oh.
and you're a really smart person.
I love
And
it.
truly, I like the values that you've created for yourself as a man and as a person in this world. I think you hold really high integrity and like really high intelligence, and I really appreciate you as a friend.
Nice, brother.
I love you.
Appreciate it, man. And I'm going to return all that right back to you, man.
Yeah, touch me.
Yes.
Mine's
go.
touch, baby.
Daniel, I was literally about to say this because, like, any time that I appreciate Daniel so much. I'm sure there's a fucking clip of YouTube videos you could make of how many times that but Daniel is all of those things. But you always have this great, like, smile or I should have known. Like,
No,
like when
I try.
somebody says that to you and it's like, you're so gracious about it and it's so full. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, words
Yeah.
of affirmation is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My quality time acts of service.
Quality time,
nice.
acts of service. Yeah.
Acts of service are probably even before
It's like,
quality
hey,
time.
let me help you out with this thing.
That's what's up.
What are the other ones?
Quality time, physical touch, words of
There's
affirmation.
a shitty one.
gifts.
Gift giving. Like, or
not
gift
a shitty-
receiving. Like, come on. What? It's just like you are so shallow. You like receiving gifts. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look,
Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say I've seen that stand up. It's really funny.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a stand up who makes fun of that, and I love that. Like that's a really good joke. However, like my father is a really thoughtful gift giver and always have. And when you receive a thoughtful gift, it does land as intimate.
Yes.
It's not like
Yes.
it's not like, oh, you gave me that fucking bougie Louis Vuitton diamond, whatever. I don't know I don't know rich things.
Yeah, same.
But
I don't speak rich people.
I don't know
We're
what those things
Nickelodeon
are.
actors.
But no, when you receive a thoughtful gift and someone does that consistently, like it's a love language. It lands as love.
The giving,
right?
I think, is a language, but the receiving?
I
That's
mean, hello, princess.
that part.
Right?
Oh, man.
right?
The act of receiving, though, is very underrated and I think underdeveloped. You know, like the act of graciously receiving something or like, I don't know, just like receiving it. Like everybody can give fully, but nobody can receive very fully.
Yeah.
You know?
I always, I'm a bad receiver. This all sounds weird. Pause. But pause. But yeah, receiving gifts, I always think there's like some ulterior motive. Oh, here they come with this shit. Now I gotta get them something. Thank you. I'm sorry. That's just so you're right. There
Brought out the
probably is
wheeze laugh, dude. That's so funny. I can
Yeah.
see you feeling that way. Oh, they got me this thoughtful fucking gift. What a
How
burden.
much was this sweater? $70. Fuck it. Just take $70. Here you go.
The only thing I want to exchange is words.
Yeah, no, I think that's to your point is
Yeah.
I think some people when you receive something you feel the need to make it equal. Oh, let me give you something equal back so that we're even. We always got to be even. No, man. In relationships, you can take sometimes. You can take a gift, you can receive and not feel the need. It's like when someone gives you a compliment and you give them one right back, it's like, no. Now
but
it feels
you-
weird.
yeah.
Like just take the fucking compliment.
And that's what I mean, like receiving and standing
Just
in
say
your
thank you.
power.
Yeah.
Like the gift is somebody telling you that, and then a graceful reception is
Yeah.
like it completes the circuit of energy, right?
Yeah.
And receiving is actually a feminine principle, and giving
is.
is a masculine principle, right? And I
Exactly.
think that's a real, microcosm of like the whole, like everything, Mother Earth,
Being able to be receptive,
even
being
women
able to be open.
in their sexual lives, being able to receive like really what's meant for them in the sexual realm, which, you know what I mean? I don't think women even know like what is available to them there if they could receive it, you know? And so, yeah, but you're right. It's probably one of those shit ass love language.
Yeah, that's a shit ass love language.
There's
still.
better ones. There's better ones.
But hey, no, I
I
love
hear
your
ya.
point though. That's valid. That opened my understanding up for sure.
Yeah, it's beautiful to it's beautiful when someone can receive what you're giving them. You know, You received my words of affirmation pretty well, though.
Oh yeah. Well, see, yeah, there you're right. I guess
God
in
bless.
certain angles, it works for me. Yeah.
From certain angles, you can receive well, huh?
Bang bang.
Hey.
But
Little to the right.
Pause.
I'll see you downstairs,
Yeah,
man.
see you downstairs, brother. Dude.
Yeah, love languages are cool, man.
Languages are sick. Sick
days.
days.
Sick
Bring
days.
it all
Sick
back
days.
around.
Were you guys ever sick on set? I have one memory of being like feverish while filming Neds.
I got my first, I got my first bad period on Neds, and I could
Is
not.
that a sickness?
My period?
Sorry. I don't know.
I
things.
couldn't get up off the couch. We stopped filming for an hour, and then your mom came in and said, "You got to get up." And we had to walk around the building. Like, I was in debilitating fucking pain. I could not stand up. And then after a while, they were like, "All right, but get up."
But get up. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
meme
was
of poking-
it was unreal.
Come on, do something.
Unreal. Oh, it was wild. But your mom came and got me, and she walked me around the building.
She
Nice.
really has reminded me through this process of making this podcast, like how much she fucking did on that set.
And
She's
looked
a
out
good
for
woman.
us. Yeah.
Looked out for everyone. She was just really looking out for everyone.
Yeah.
She's a good lady.
Yeah.
I only have like one vague, distant fever dream memory of being like really sick one day on set, like in the trailer, just like feverish,
Oh.
but needing to film. Like,
Yeah.
so you go film and then you go lay down.
Dang.
You?
I don't recall
Daniel
being
doesn't get sick.
No.
No, Daniel was like spinning in his spinny chair in the schoolroom,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, wee.
Always. Just
Pen
life
15. Pen 15.
game. Yeah, Pin 15. That was my thing, man. That was my thing.
Have you seen that
That's
new
the
show?
only thing you remember to me. Oh yeah, and there's a show called Pin 15.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That is one of the only things. No,
Memories?
not one of the only, but like I remember that so specifically because I was like, "What has he tried to say to me?"
I thought I was so. Oh really? Oh dang.
Because I was like,
Got her. 15. Thinking this.
Penis. Not that you wanted to, but I was like,
But like, what is he
You
trying
have
to
penises.
insinuate?
right?
Damn. My
And then you would
asexual
always
self.
do like, Pen 15.
Dude, yeah, dude. As a kid, man, just sitting there, just drawing random crap, man.
Yeah.
I didn't have a. For some reason, I feel like in popular media, there's like a penis drawing phase. Do people just draw penises on books?
No.
No,
Nope.
yeah, I didn't do that. I
Nope.
just wrote pin 15, but I feel like I remember. No, I think I had a penis drawing phase, guys.
Oh my god.
People, yeah, I think just circle.
That was like
shaft,
super
circle.
bad, right? Or what was it?
Superbad, I
Where
think
he
was
like
the movie.
draws like a
A
really
whole bunch of-
detailed.
Yeah. Watch Superbad, guys.
Yeah,
Great
it's so
film.
funny.
Yes,
That's a hilarious.
I felt
bit.
seen when they.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, that was me. I couldn't
me.
stop drawing penises
Circles,
for a
2
while
lines,
too.
and a- That's me. No, but yeah. Oh, that's great.
Sick days, man.
Sick days.
Sick days
Great
ahead,
episode.
Sick days behind.
Honestly, let's hope those sick days are behind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want any more of this, guys. Please.
I don't
Please
want the face shield. I don't
Yes,
want
so
the
just wash
masks.
your freaking hands.
Just wash your stinky belly buttons, Lindsay.
Yeah, dang.
Well, it's a long way from the heart, Devin, so it's probably not going to be that bad.
Damn.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, yeah.
I like wanted to like go with
Yeah,
the joke.
no, and
I
I
wanted
get
to
it.
yes and
But
you, and I was like, my brain was
that's
like,
what my
the
grandma-
math isn't
Help me,
mathing.
damn.
That's literally what my grandma used to say about everything. And
Oh.
I'm like, is this trauma from when your husband passed away of a heart attack very suddenly?
Oh.
Wait, she used to say it's a long way from the heart, so I don't know if it's gonna get cleaned.
No. That was
Oh.
me just adding the last part of it. But it's a long frame from the heart, like it's not going to kill you.
Whatever injury is a long way from the heart. Oh,
Yeah.
you might lose a finger.
Yeah,
but,
but
you're
it's
not
a long way from the
die.
heart. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Come on,
that's
Devin.
real. That's
So
legit,
simple.
So anyway, do you guys have a tip from this discussion for the viewers at home?
Use your spiritual practice to form one of these for your mind.
Hey, there you go. Yes.
For the listeners, she held up a face shield
Yes.
Protect yourself. Put a face mask on your brain.
Yes.
Right?
to smell your stinky brain
Okay.
breath.
Wow.
That part.
Oh, that was the chair, I swear.
It
I
sounded
didn't
like you
fart.
farted.
It was
Devin.
the chair.
Sounded like
It was
you
the
farted.
fucking
Yes, you
chair.
fucking
Hold on,
farted.
hold on, I'll do it again. Oh God.
Can't do it again. You farted. Devin definitely just farted on air, guys.
I didn't. It was the leather chair.
All right. The tip is you don't need a mask or face shield because you can use manifestation to not get sick.
Oh my God. Oh my
I'm
Super
joking.
spreader!
Super spreaders unite. No.
Oh my God.
Tip-
Just take ginger.
Just take ginger.
The amount of people in LA who were like, ginger tea.
The ginger tea.
Who needs modern medicine?
Entire thing of ginger.
Dude, there's an entire population of people in Los Angeles who anytime you have any type of illness, including COVID, ginger tea and honey.
Yep.
Solve everything.
Yep.
I'm like,
but you want that to be locally sourced, honey.
I'm like,
Oh yeah,
guys,
sourced.
That's the reason. If it fails and you get
I'm
COVID,
like-
it wasn't locally sourced.
Yeah, it wasn't locally sourced.
dude,
you
I'm
guys.
like,
That's
guys, I like ginger too, but can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, right?
All right.
Bruh.
You got one?
An
You got
actual
it?
tip?
Yeah, you got a tip
An
from this
actual
conversation?
Tip. Guys, tip is be as healthy as you can. Care about your health. Hey, you get one life. Let's live it and be healthy while we're doing it.
Love that.
I like that.
That's beautiful.
I like that. My tip is yes, develop your relationship to your love languages. Get to know.
Ooh, I
get
like
to know.
that.
Get to know how you receive love
And how you give love,
and
which
how
can be
you give
different.
love,
Yeah.
and develop that relationship. And seek it out. Don't go too long without being intimate and without love. It's really needed for us as people. High five. That's another episode of Ned's Declassified podcast.
Microdose.
Thanks so much for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. To check out clips from this episode, go check out Podco's YouTube channel. And for more weekly bonus content, come on and join our Patreon. There's plenty of room here. Thanks so much, and see you guys next week.
We're back.
Welcome
Heyo.
back,
Yeah.
listeners, watchers, netters.
Spectators.
Daniel, Lindsay, how are
Fans.
you?
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
Pretty
another
good.
day.
Yeah,
Life.
the other life.
Breathing.
Breathing.
You guys all right?
I kind of tried to play that game with him that's like improv where
We didn't
you
do so
have
good.
to look,
Match at
say
the
their
same
time.
We just
you just keep.
perfect. I don't know how good
How
we
are you,
are at that game.
Dev?
How are you, Devin? Devin, where guys are?
I loved it. I loved the game we just played. I'm well. I just had lunch and my breath is a little stinky and I can smell it bouncing off the microphone.
Onions and just
Knew
general
it.
funk. Yeah, we
Just
smell
just
it.
funk from the Mediterranean
Yeah,
food we just did.
100%. I can taste the onion in my mouth.
Yeah, it's bouncing
It's
off
like
the
it's a
microphone.
retainer for
Yeah.
me. Like the onion is like a retainer
dying.
on my body.
But the listeners, you guys can't smell this, so it's just for me.
Sorry for you.
We need a scratch and sniff podcast so they can
Ooh,
smell
yeah.
us.
Was smell-o-vision ever a thing? No.
What it was a thing. I don't think it ever became
Right,
like
but it was
right,
like
right.
it's out there in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
The smeller
Yeah.
vision.
Wow.
You can
Strange.
smell your shows.
Yeah.
You can smell the horse poop on Yellowstone.
Yeah.
Leave us a note in the comments if you want that. We'll figure out a way to get that to you guys. Some smell-o-vision so you can smell us.
We can put stuff in the mail too, dirty or clean.
Yes.
Hey,
Sure.
gotta pay that top dollar for that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a secret link and a secret price.
Sneaky
Hey,
link.
leave it in the
Sneaky
comments
link.
what you want us to send you guys. Yeah,
Oh, don't.
it'll just stay in the comments.
Oh,
You'll never get anything.
It's never going away. The episode we are reviewing. I mean, you guys who listen to the pod know. We'll maybe talk about the episode for like 10 minutes and then we're gonna move on. But the episode we're discussing is season 1, episode 6, part 2, Spelling Bee.
Bee.
Wow.
Okay, just a little recap. Here's what happens. We have 3 spelling bullies called the Killer Bees.
Oh, yeah.
One of whom is played by Carlos Pena.
One of Devin's actual bullies, right?
One of my actual bullies who tried to steal the role of Ned Bigby from me and ultimately got his revenge by being in a long-lasting boy band called Big Time Rush.
With our original producer.
Exactly.
He just stole
Pena?
Devin's producer.
I said Pena on the last pod, and someone
Somebody said you
corrected
shouldn't.
me and said it's not Pena, it's Pena. Like it doesn't
Pena.
have the
Oh.
The Inye.
it doesn't have
Yeah.
the Enye, it's an N. So it's Pena. But isn't Pena penis?
Oh, the penne is penis.
Okay, so Pena.
Isn't penne pasta?
Penne is just everything. Penises are everything. Man.
I love it. That would make sense for Italy. Penne, and that's like the dick for them. You know what I mean? A good pasta.
Well, dang. Turn up.
So I think it's Pena. So they are spelling bullies terrorizing the school with their spelling. Everybody wants them to go down. Cookie is the hope.
Yes.
Cookie is Rocky. Cookie, everyone is rooting for.
The champion.
To win. Our great announcers are back. Willie Galt and
Oh, yeah.
Vanderl right?
Van
So-
Wright, right?
Van Wright,
Wright, yeah.
and we go through a spelling bee. Mose is the first student out, so she has to sit next to Mr. Gross,
Mr. Gross.
played
yeah.
by Steve Banos, who also played Mr. Comeover and like multiple characters.
I
Yeah, he
forgot
did.
that
He
he-
did.
Ah!
He's like the ever change. He plays like I think like 4 different characters.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
But Mose has to sit next to him and tries to get Gordy to clean his stanky ass up.
Yeah.
Ned keeps getting easy words, so he makes it really far. And Cookie ultimately has the Spartacus moment at the end where everyone
Saves the day.
stands up and saves the day, and Cookie
Yeah.
wins.
No. Oh, go ahead.
No,
ahead.
no,
What?
I think you're going the same
I was
place
just
I'm
gonna say
going.
that moment, that Spartacus moment, that's like a moment that I feel like would not fly in today's
agree.
A bunch of
kids
dudes
TV.
pulling, a bunch of children pulling down their pants.
down.
dropping their pants down. Because basically, guys who don't know, Cookie, the year before, Cookie's a disgraced champion, right? He loses the spelling bee because he choked. He tried to imagine the people in their underwear, and he's like, "Oh, I screwed up, and I imagined myself in my underwear, and I choked." And then so Ned gets all these people to drop their draws, and yeah, that's how Cookie wins the spelling bee. But I don't think that could fly in today's.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Also, that's like this like weird trope that's been out there is like, oh, you're nervous, just imagine everyone in your underwear. I don't understand what that is.
Remember, everybody's as like vulnerable as you.
Yeah. I get it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Like underneath, like all that, you know what I mean? It's
Whatever
just
you're
flesh and
afraid
blood,
of,
like
just,
you.
yeah, they're just a vulnerable little human.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're probably right that it would be weird today. Maybe.
I want to know what that wardrobe
we
fitting was
were
like.
in-
No, actually, I don't want to
No.
take it in that direction. But
No, no, no,
all
no.
the different, there was like
No, but it
20
was.
different boxers.
And that was it. It's like all of us are in, like, they knew it was television, so it's all of us, they got us like big boxers to wear.
They were like
you
down
know?
to your knees.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was like we're wearing shorts underneath. You know, they gave us like, no one was in tighty whities. Like it was like big boxers. Yeah. And that's the sweet spelling bee episode.
It was, again, very, very innocent to me, as most things that I feel like, in this day and age maybe wouldn't fly that were on our show. I feel like we talked about like one more of those things, but it just seemed very innocent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Super innocent.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the episode.
Can I tell you guys the absolute horror that was this episode for me?
Okay.
I want you to
Horror?
read this.
Monstache?
Mustache. That's a U.
Oh, that's a U. It looks
That is
like
a backward N, dude.
Spelling bee.
What does this say?
Oh, but you're funny. It says mustache, but it looks like monstache too.
Okay. Well, Mostache is what it should be called.
Mostache.
Oh,
Because
nice.
Did you have a mustache?
you guys didn't see it?
No.
It looks as though I have some sort of chocolate pudding on my lip. Like there's a ring around my mouth.
What,
It's
were
the
you-
first time I noticed it. And then, you guys, you know that the same with the boob moment, I had a lip hair moment where Mary Resnick had to come in and be like, hey, we can see your beard. You got to do something about that. And the difference between that episode and the next one, you can see it,
Oh no.
that there isn't any.
Oh, because she went in.
It was
Well,
pretty
we,
serious.
we
It
had
was
the
pretty
same.
serious.
We had the
Dang.
same thing. I mean, it just hurts
It's
a little
not the
more. I know
same thing.
it hurts a little more, but we had the same thing. I think I started shaving on
yeah.
Ned's, even though it's not like I probably had one hair. Like it's not like I had this. Like
Yeah.
I had nothing but enough that on camera they're like, "Hey, can you start
see it.
shaving?"
Yeah.
And I didn't realize they were asking
You
the
to
girls
start.
to do that too.
Dang.
Listen,
did you
women
have to shave
hair.
on there?
Yeah, like
Right?
second season we
Right?
started.
They
yeah.
asked us.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
And
yeah.
I hated it because I get ingrown hairs and crap. It was just terrible.
No, it's all like I don't like shaving
all. I
because
hate shaving,
yeah,
yeah.
if I don't have the beard, I have stubble because I'm not shaving because I just
I
hate that
won't go all the
process
way
on my
down,
skin. No,
Yeah, no, it's not
I
good.
don't like that shit.
Yeah, it grows there for a reason, man. Kind of like wisdom teeth.
No, Daniel. No,
Keep
Daniel.
those wisdom teeth. Deal with the pain.
Don't listen to him. That's crazy.
Be a
Take him
man.
out. Oh my god. Oh my god. That is like typical dumb man shit.
Yeah.
Let me keep my wisdom teeth because I'm a man. I want to hurt for the rest of my life and feel
Yes.
tension in my jaw forever and have constant headaches.
It's the life. It's the life.
Lets me know I'm a
American
man.
way.
Wow.
God,
No,
you're
but that
attractive.
mustache was fucking, it was brutal because, okay, for some reason, I was using creams at first to take it off, which definitely chemically burned me here and here.
God.
I don't know why there wasn't a simpler way to go about that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of traumatizing all the way around, but we got through it.
Any good memories from the episode?
I did love the double hair tie. Mose has a double hair tie. Like I don't know. It's only like a girl thing. Maybe you don't.
I know what you mean. It's
you know
like
what I mean.
one
It's
and
got,
one.
and right. It's got
That's
one and one, and it's just like this really cutie little thing. It makes me remember all of the time in the hair chair when
you
we would
looked
come up with
cute.
those simple but little.
And you got a whole Gordy episode.
That was
You got
my
to
favorite
tag-
part of this episode.
Yeah, you got to like have some high drinks with Gordy.
is like that relationship was established, and yeah, it was very fun.
Yeah, Mose, forces janitor Gordy to clean up that stanky teacher's breath.
Yeah.
You're supposed to see dirty things, please.
I thought Rachel Sibner, again, Lisa Zemo, the sniffly girl, had a great. She's like barely in the episode, but she had that line. They give her the word, and she's like, "Can you repeat it?" And you repeat it, and then she goes, "Can you spell it?"
I thought it was great.
That line really,
Yep.
I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
That made me laugh a lot.
Lisa.
And then I also liked Ned. First word up is nervous because he doesn't want to sit next to Mr. Gross. He gets cat. And he's like, tight. And he's like, don't worry, Mose. The first round, the words are always easy.
Yep.
And then you get sniffification.
Dude, I would go around like for years just randomly. I would just recite that flausenausenihilification.
No.
Say it. Yeah.
Do you know what it is, or what is it a real word? What does it mean?
It's supposed to be like the state of like rendering things worthless or just evaluating things as worthless. I mean, you know what? Actually, I got my notes here. Let me
Hey.
Wait, wow,
That's
what?
really
I
interesting.
never looked it up.
Nihilification, like nihil, none.
Nihil. Like nihilism. Nihil.
Nihilism, yep. The action or habit of estimating something as worthless. I used to just go around just saying that, not even knowing what it meant. Just I love the
That's like
phonetics
a
of it.
lot
Yeah.
of words to say that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Can you repeat it?
And then,
Can you spell it?
we have, I think we can all do Seth Powers' line really quick.
Yo.
Take him down this year, Cookie.
And like the earnestness in his face.
Dude,
like,
Alex Black,
Aspiration
man.
behind the voice. That was great.
He has so many lines throughout the series that, like, just to me, when they land, I'm like, that is, like, that is
Yeah,
iconic.
that will stand up
It's-
forever.
It's just
Crispy.
said, it's crispy. The way
Yeah.
it's said is so specific to him, so earnest. I laughed my ass off when I
Yep.
saw it.
Yep.
And it was like a thing for us on set. that
Oh my
line.
gosh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
used to repeat. That was one of those
Yep.
that we would like
Yep.
say to each other. Take him down this year, Cookie.
Man.
Loved it.
Fantastic.
He had a way of saying lines that was like, I would never hear a line said that way,
Yeah.
except
no.
for him doing it.
Yeah.
Like, it would come out with
Yep.
like emphasis in places that I'm like,
The wrong
Alex,
syllable.
this is so
The wrong
funny, dude.
syllable,
Yeah. That's actually my favorite when people like take me by surprise with their phrasing and stuff or
Yes.
their whatever, and like it still gets in there.
Yes. Yeah, it's not the like typical like face
Yeah.
value way you'd read the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm recalling that opening scene for Cookie because it opens with you guys kind of talking about how Cookie like blew it or whatever, and then it goes to that scene of me on stage about to blow it, and I'm like sweating profusely. A lot of times they did the glycerin, but this time it was actual like water jets in my hair, and I remember they turned it up.
Like
man.
the first episode?
Like the first episode, yeah, but they put way more. They're like, oh, his hair is perfect to just hold the stuff in there. We can hide it easily.
So they put, like,
you
4 tubes of
went
water in there.
through-
Thank
You
you
had
so
a whole life with that prop department.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
those were my guys. I love the product.
Like
department.
that was crazy.
Oh, man.
Diana.
You too.
Diana, bro.
Diana
She was
props.
so cool. She was
Yeah.
so cool.
She's so badass.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she was a badass.
Boss. Super boss.
Also getting fun things. She got fun things to do. They're like, hey, you need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Although I remember her specifically, this is a way later episode, but it was the Mondays episode, and there's a monkey throwing matzo balls at me, and they lined the crew up to throw matzo balls at me. And I was a child, and I remember Diana having a great time throwing matzo balls at me.
You're enjoying this too much.
I remember her hurling them at me.
Dang.
Wow.
Everyone else
Respect.
was tossing. She was hurling.
Yeah, respect.
Yep.
Hey.
Respect.
Also, just
Please.
a thing that I have in here. I have a heart around the word Kyle because just Kyle when he's just like the killer when he's on his knees and he's like the killer bee.
Yeah, they're
But I don't
spelling
know-
him
I don't
to death.
I'm not sure if it was just because they were kind of like smaller, but he looks huge.
Beefy.
Kyle,
He looks so large.
Kyle was bigger than all of us.
But
All
like,
was naturally,
wait,
yeah.
like the angle of this or something was so weird because I think it was up a little because they had to like
Yeah.
film him going down. He
but
looks
also
huge.
he gets in Cookie's face and goes, "Don't choke,
Oh,
don't
yeah,
choke,"
yeah.
and he's bigger than all of us.
Kyle,
That's why
Kyle
he
had
was
that
the
growth
bully.
spurt in the first first
Yeah,
season.
his hit before
yeah.
everybody else. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Kyle was a big boy.
Yeah, he was.
Kyle didn't know his own strength.
No. No. Kyle was a 200-pound lap dog.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we're all messing around, right, guys? And then he'd like throw you. And you're like, no, fuck Kyle. No, Kyle's the man.
Yeah, he was
Right.
a G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get him on this pod. Bully Loomers, who we're talking about, Kyle Swan.
Soon enough.
We're gonna get him on the pod at some point, but he lives in England and he works for the BBC shooting nature documentaries, so it's really hard to pin him down. Right now, he said he couldn't do this day of recording because he is getting his rebreathing certification, which is a special type of scuba gear that it doesn't create bubbles, so it doesn't create sound. It sends it all back through these tubes, and it's actually if you fuck up setting up your rebreather, you're gonna die. So it's like a really heavy, it's a really heavy certification.
Yeah.
But what it allows them to do is get like closer to animals because it's not creating like bubbles and it's not creating sound. So for animals that don't get near strange sounds, he can go film them with the rebreather. Like,
Yeah.
his life is so fucking cool now, guys.
Why don't they just send me my fucking rebreather working so I don't have to keep setting it up?
What do
Or
you
does
mean?
it depend on the different depths you
What do
go?
you mean? No, like you always
set
have
it-
to
set-
set it up. Like
Oh.
before you go in, like your scuba gear, you have to like, hey,
I
let
feel
me
like they
check
should
the
just
tank.
Make one that just one size fits all.
Right?
I don't want to
That's
die.
how scuba gear works, right?
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
You don't
But yeah,
understand.
it's like you'll never know. You'll
don't
never know.
understand.
I've never been scuba diving, guys. I'll
Are
have to
you
test
telling
it
me,
out.
would you guys be cool going down and taking footage of the ocean?
No,
I
absolutely
would
not.
love to. I would love to. Now, the idea of pressurized, like,
That, bro.
metal thing just, squeezing
Well,
me to
even the
death, I hate.
scuba diving, like if you raise too fast, there's gonna be
Oh, yeah.
nitrogen in your blood and you're gonna
Yeah.
die. Like shit like that. Like
And I'm sorry, you guys. What if a
Your blood
shark
boils.
literally just appeared?
they
I've
happen.
seen that. I've seen a shark fuck around and get in somebody's cage, man.
Yep.
Like they're in this cage thinking they're all good. They're just
Yeah.
filming. The shark just flounders and they're in there with the shark.
Yeah.
And then the shark flounders its way out.
Kyle swam with sharks and he loves it. He's like, oh, it was sick.
No.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got to talk to this man. He sounds like he's the world's
No.
most interesting man.
He really is fascinating.
Like, would you dive it down into that like deep blue
No.
hole or whatever? Like,
Marianas Trench?
yeah.
No.
I've always wanted to go. I'm like, if I'll go into and I just left a 20-hour flight to freaking Sierra Leone. If I'll go up in the air and that risk of, whatever happening, plane crashing, I should be able to go under the water. Like, why not?
Yeah, for me, no.
No.
Yeah, no.
Really? That's a-
and I'm
that's a
adventurous,
hell no.
but
I'm interested
open,
in seeing.
open ocean, deep claustrophobic with the scuba
Nope.
gear.
Nope.
I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
Even thinking about it.
Kyle
the
loves it. It's like his
possibility
happy place.
Of
But
failing is like really elevated down there.
yeah,
You're right.
and just nah. Like
I've been
we're
skydiving,
not
though.
amphibians.
Like,
I'm
no.
not a water being.
Thank you. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a different world.
I love snorkeling.
Right.
I love swimming, but like when I need to fucking use a tank to go in the open,
Professional
I don't
shark
even-
divers are one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They're telling you all like, well, if a shark comes up to you, you just make sure you get it on
yeah,
the
you
nose
just
and
pat
just
it on
push
the
it
nose
away.
and just
Right, it made that sound
send
pretty
it
easy.
away.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it's true. I that would be cool, but no. Even just being in the boat in like open ocean would be frightening, man.
Dude,
Very.
in
Like,
Sierra
deep?
Leone, we had to take this ferry, which is across the Atlantic Ocean. You would think it's a river, but it's this huge just opening.
Okay.
And it's the Atlantic Ocean, and it's like a 40-minute ride from the airport to get to the main city.
Whoa.
So that was weird for me because I'm just looking around. I'm like, yo, you can't see
We're
any
deep. Yeah, you
land
can't see
for-
land.
Whoa.
Yeah, but they got to fix that. Like, why have the airport across? the
right.
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Will you tell us about that, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
For the listeners and the watchers, Daniel just went to Sierra
Yeah.
Leone to film some music videos.
Music videos, yeah.
Dude,
First time in West Africa. It was awesome. Loved it.
Dude.
So many weird apprehensions about going to West Africa that I just didn't know. Like, because I feel like in our school systems we don't really study much about Africa.
no, we do not.
especially
They kind of
like-
skip over it.
No.
Yeah, and so that was always just weird for me, especially African American too. I'm like, why are there all these? Not even well, there's a little bit of misinformation for sure because I
Yeah.
got there and just loved it. The biggest issues that I found there were random Western consumer products, and I'm like, if they didn't have all this stuff, like all these plastics and stuff, it would be just beautiful in all of their rivers. The rivers in the city, though, there's a lot of like random
trash,
plastic.
Yeah.
But super helpful people, super industrious people. Everybody's selling something. There's commerce going on 24/7. It was super densely packed in the city. But everyone's so helpful. Like we're out there filming. We got these steady cams, all this camera equipment. People are helping us carry stuff like whenever we like needed it. Cause I mean, no one's really gonna steal it because it's like they wouldn't use it for anything.
Right.
Right.
Blah, 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 blah. But I had a really great time. We did travel around with like security guards, like just in case.
Sure.
But for the most part, it's like everywhere is kind of the same, dude. And it was like a weight off my chest. Like, yo, this place is vibey. Like I can come here and like chill. The property's like super like cheap. You can get like a beachfront property for like 10 G, 5 Gs,
I'm
maybe
sure.
10 Gs.
Yeah.
So,
Were you in Freetown?
we were in Freetown, yeah. Cool. And I would advise people to go check out Freetown, man. It's awesome. I was working with Khadijah. She's an artist who has family in Sierra Leone. She's actually building a hotel over there.
Wow,
so,
man.
Yeah, man.
This is great.
It was crazy. I think 50 of our dollars is like $1 million of their dollars. So I was a millionaire.
Oh, hey!
First
Great,
time,
guys.
huh? How'd it feel?
Those Nickelodeon checks weren't so bad. I know those.
We all should have moved to Freetown right after Nets.
We can still go.
What now? Is she based there, or she just has family there?
Yeah, family there. She has a home there. Her mom is Sierra Leonean. Her dad's from the States, but yeah. So yeah, she's gonna be doing a lot, man.
So you guys just decided to go? Did she want to shoot there, or how did that all happen?
She wanted to shoot there, and then we just had to get in contact with, a crew. Like, so
Local
we're trying to wrap our
crews,
head
right?
around
Yeah.
it because I'm like, I can bring my director of photography from out here, I can bring my gaffers. That's extra money to spend.
Right.
Why don't we find out who is doing great in West Africa?
Yeah.
You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
Sierra Leone, maybe they don't have the best crew, and for sure it's untapped territory because you could go out there, start a media company, and do great. Like they're still having like 720p resolution footage on their television stations. So yeah, we got in contact with a Nigerian group, which is just like a couple countries over. Awesome team, like a great film crew that I would put up against the majority of the film crews that I've worked with here in the States, man.
Awesome.
Their Steadicam operator, Ernest, was killing it, bro. He was like flipping that thing.
Oh dang!
I'm like, yo, you are talented, brother. Like here, everybody's kind of just lazy. Like, I'm gonna just do my bare minimum.
And then they're literally like, "Get this off me! Get this
Yeah,
off me!
please, I gotta put this down.
That
was
a long 2-minute take."
He did not complain, not once,
Wow.
bro. And he's just super athletic with it, but just skilled, man. And there was this female director. So I did a co-directorship with this young lady. She is incredible, bro. She was so on top of it, man.
She's from Sierra Leone?
She's Nigerian. It was a Nigerian film crew that we brought in. I think our AC was from Sierra Leone. But man, dude, she calls herself Pink Films. I gotta plug her, man. She made it so easy for me to kind of sit back on a lot of this stuff and just let her work. Especially she could use her Nigerian like pidgin to kind of communicate. They speak Creole there. It's not Creole. Creole is Krio, and it's a type of Creole, but it's Creole in Sierra Leone. But it has a lot of similarities to the Nigerian pidgin that she speaks. But she also speaks freaking awesome English. They sound like they're British pretty much.
Yeah.
But Pink Films, guys. She just finished a project with WizKid. He's one of the biggest West African artists.
Love WizKid.
Yeah, so Khadijah's
Afrobeat,
project
dude.
is going to be great. Yeah, Afrobeat. Listen to some Afrobeat.
For
guys.
real. Honestly, it's the shit.
Yeah, man.
Dude, that's so cool, man.
Yeah. It was dope.
You said you've never been to West. Have you been anywhere else in Africa before?
First time in Africa, man. First
the
time in
whole
Africa.
continent.
Yeah,
Amazing.
Spain was like the closest, and I didn't cross Gibraltar or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's my first
Do you
time,
know where your ancestry is in Africa?
Yeah, so at least on my father's side, my mom didn't do the ancestry yet, and I didn't do it myself.
Okay.
So we're primarily like Nigerian, and then Benin and Togo is another area, but it's right in there, like getting nearer to the equator between the Tropic Cancer and the equator. There a little bit of Mali, like the Mali Empire, like Mansa Musa.
Yeah.
Remember the guy like traveled for like the Hajj or whatever?
Yeah.
And ruined economies for like years, but.
Great.
But yeah, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. I love
cool,
West
man.
Africa, and I advise you guys to check it out.
That is
so
so
cool,
cool, man.
I want to go.
Wow.
They stopped Afrochella, but I want to go.
Yeah.
This past year was the first year I heard of Afrochella,
Yeah, and
and
then it's
apparently the last year they're gonna have it.
They're probably just gonna change the name.
Exactly,
Yeah.
they're gonna change the name. They got sued for copyright for Coachella, but
Which is whack.
they have a Afrochella in Ghana, right?
Yeah.
Ghana. Yeah,
Yeah,
my friend
I'm
went,
pretty sure
and
it
it
was
just looked incredible. Like
Yeah.
that looked like a good time.
Yeah, there. There was like a stage show there. Like there was no different. Like I was thinking third world. It was so similar to here in the States. I'm like,
Yeah,
there's no
dude.
big difference, just
Yeah,
a lot
dude.
more land, and it looks super fertile. Like, yeah, it's dope. I loved it.
When I think I was 19, I went on a trip, like this really crazy trip to Kenya with the Massies, dude.
I remember, yeah.
Dude, I went to Kenya with Chris and Kyle Massey,
way.
and like it was kind of like this daytime documentary. We were working with Feed the Children, so it was like daytime stars. We went to the slums of Nairobi. We like went to a school. We did some like kind of like showing the infrastructure and the work Feed the Children was doing in Kenya, and then we went on safari, and it was an absolutely insane trip. And
dope.
the Massey brothers brought me there, so thanks, guys.
Who are they?
Thanks,
What are
guys.
they doing?
Because that was like what a life experience to just, I mean,
Wow.
just to be there. It was amazing.
Yeah. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Chris Massey is currently doing
Zoe
Zoe
101
which got
movie.
picked up instead of us.
I'm ready to be a hater.
Oh yeah, that TikTok's gonna be great. To be a hater. No, I love those guys. They're awesome, man. But
Yeah.
he commented on one of our videos and he's like, "Yeah, the gang's back." I'm like, "Gosh,
You and your reboot.
Chris. You and your reboot." Oh yeah, he's great.
Dude, I
He
haven't
has
seen them
beautiful-
in
But
forever,
it's
man.
only a movie, right? It's not.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
not
movie.
TV.
Oh, it's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Okay.
It's a one-off movie. You a little less hatery now?
A little less.
You'll
little
accept
less-
Chris
yeah.
Massey's comments now?
I'll
All right,
accept it,
all right.
Chris.
Chris and Kyle Massey, hi. I haven't seen you boys
He's
in a
got
while.
such beautiful kids, man. It's
Yeah.
so great. I feel like
Aw.
it's awesome.
Yeah. I'm grateful for them for that. That was like a wild life experience.
So they were just like, Devin, we're taking you to Africa.
Pretty much.
And then you just got on that plane and you went to Africa.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
I was like, this sounds awesome. Let's go.
Dope.
I like adventures. I like seeing new places.
Nice.
amazing.
East Africa. I gotta check out East Africa.
Yeah, exactly. That's like east southish.
Yes.
I want to see West Africa too. There's so much good music that comes out of there.
Oh yeah, man. Fela Kuti, all those guys. Yeah,
Exactly.
they're really good.
There's so much.
Oh yeah, what's the episode we're talking? Spelling bees.
Spelling bee.
Spelling bees, yeah.
Oh, can I tell you a tragic memory from
Oh,
my
geez.
life?
Sure.
Yeah.
So I think it was fifth or fourth grade at Medlock Bridge Elementary School,
Medlock Bridge.
Fulton County, Georgia. I'm in there and I'm like, I'm gonna win this spelling bee, right? I'm like, I got this. I'm a smart boy. I choke like Cookie, okay?
Oh.
I choke like Cookie. Every word, once I was out, I knew every single word. I knew how to spell everything. But let me tell you the word I choked on, and you're gonna laugh and you're gonna make fun of me. It still hurts. It still hurts because
Yeah.
it's so dumb. My mind just went fucking blank.
I got one too. Go
And
ahead.
I ruined it. They asked me to spell these.
The
And I spelled, hold on.
Hold on, how-
And I spelled
No.
these like cheese with two E's.
Oh, that's great though. I love it. I love it. Honest mistake.
Oh my god!
I'm still, it still hurts my spirit.
Can you spell it the way you spelled it and then show me your reaction after they said, eh?
Bro, yes, no, exactly.
Let's go.
Because it was
Okay.
like these,
Spell-
and my mind just went blank. It's that choking. Like I just choked under pressure.
Oh.
My mind went blank. I felt numb in my body, and I was like, THEES. And like my teachers knew me and like rooted for me. They know I'm smart. And
Because that
the
second
one
E.
who looked at me and was just like, that's incorrect. And dude, like, dude, I just shat. I just was like, oh, I'm a loser.
The pain.
Like these, it was a beginning word. These.
And you've hated the English language ever since.
Ever since.
I gave up on it ever
Ever
since.
since.
Dude, these.
These.
Well, but you didn't try to
That's
fight for
insane.
it. But
No, bro.
But
no,
jeez.
no, they must have seen just tears and shame. Like I felt so just like
How is that
how
even
did
a
that
spelling
just
bee
happen?
word?
I
In
know.
fourth grade.
I know.
Right?
Like no, it was the early rounds. It was one of the fucking
Jeez.
gimme words, dude. It was like
dang.
these,
Dang, the
and I
first question,
spelled
yep.
it like cheese.
Wait,
Wow.
and did you know though? You knew you had screwed up, or just you were just like,
Yeah, no, like I was like sweating and went blank, and I knew
Yeah.
as it was coming out, like something
that's
was
wrong.
wrong, and they were
Right,
like,
right,
"That's
right.
incorrect," and I was
Dang.
like, "It is incorrect, and I'm a failure."
oh no.
Oh,
And
my
then I
God.
watched these two dudes
Other
get to
people
the
battling
end,
up.
spelling these words. I knew every single one. I was like, I know that one. I know
Dude.
that one. I know that one.
Dude, no,
I know that one.
I had a similar circumstance, and I think I was like, it was the last like 5 or something like that. So whatever. But
so you were doing very well. So
you weren't an idiot.
but I was in 2nd grade, okay, and I remember the word as well, and it was corral. Corral, all right, like a pin that
Wait,
you put
hold on.
like animals.
CORRAL.
Great.
That's what I would guess.
I wish I was
CORRAL.
you. And I spelled coral. Yes.
You know, honest mistake.
Super
honest.
It's just an R.
mistake.
You know? Yeah.
I'm not mad at
CORRAL.
you for that one. But you still had the feeling that I did, didn't you?
Yeah.
It just hurts to get.
It was painful.
It hurts
Yeah.
to get it wrong.
It's tough, but kids have to learn that
okay.
you don't get a prize for failing. I'm sorry. You
I-
made
Okay,
an error.
I
but
agree.
I am the
You
only
don't
one.
win.
The only one here who lost off of a decent word. Well, corral. That's it.
That's like an honest mistake.
Okay.
You missed one R.
But here's the difference with
and,
my.
and I only added an E, so fuck both of you.
Okay, so what compounded mine was that we were on a field trip to the Heritage School Museum. So we were all dressed like Laura Ingalls Wilder.
I don't know the word you just said. Who is
Okay.
that?
Laura Ingalls Wilder, Little House on the Prairie.
I remember that.
We
book,
all
that
had to be
thick
dressed
book.
in like old.
You're in like prairie.
old prairie dresses, bonnets, and
Amazing.
shit.
Colonial?
While doing a spelling bee.
And then they were like, "We're doing the spelling bee here," and I was like, "Oh, great," because I was just like, "Oh, all I had was school," and so I literally am just like up there, and I'm like, "Yeah," and then she's like, "Patience."
How'd you spell it? You put
Definitely.
A C. You put a C in
yep,
there.
She put a
yep,
SH in there.
Yep. It was something with a C and an S. Like
Yeah.
it was something like PA.
Yeah, that wasn't a T in there.
No, nope. And I just remember hating Paige Zaz is who won. Paige,
Paige
you were
Zaz.
lovely. It's great name, right? Paige Zaz, and she won. And
you
I just
hated her.
remember thinking, I hate you. And who I was really talking to?
Yourself.
Oh, that's deep.
That's what it comes
Takes a lot
down
to say that. Yeah.
You projected it out.
I did on
really-
the Zaz, and it didn't need to happen.
It wasn't about the Zaz.
It wasn't about
The
the
Zaz spelled correctly.
It was about
It was
me.
you.
It was about me.
It was you.
It was me.
You could just blame the public school system though.
Oh, that.
That makes it
I
easier.
went to Catholic. I went to Catholic school, so
Oh,
private
well, no,
school
you got
all the
no.
way. Yeah,
You could blame those nuns.
yeah, yeah.
You know what bothers me that everyone spells wrong now that's similar to these and cheese is everyone spells lose loose.
Oh, these days.
These
yeah,
days,
so
no one
weird,
knows how
yeah.
to spell lose. L-O-S-E. Different from loose.
Loose,
L-O-O-S-E. Everyone's like, you lose. And I'm like, I lose?
I always
You
wonder.
loose.
I
It's like you're
always,
telling me I'm loose.
I always wonder if they.
How'd you know?
I always wonder if they're just foreign in like a language barrier way.
True.
If that's the case, fine. But I don't think so. I think
Yeah.
it's a lot of kids
Yeah.
who grew up with English.
And we
Yeah.
call that linguistic discrimination, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Yes, where there's this thing where people will choose to prioritize one form of communication over the other.
Oh, so like the verbal rather than the spelling? Is that what you
Oh,
mean?
well, like spelling, like that's something that does alienate a certain group of our population.
That's true.
Because not everyone's been educated. You have to be educated in spelling versus
That's true. Although I know for a fact,
I know.
I know for a
Very,
fact,
very
a
cool.
lot of the people
went to the same public school you went to.
Yeah, a lot of people
Hey, get it
misspelling
right.
loose. Look, if second language, all good.
Yeah.
But I know it's people who. I know for a fact there's some people.
Oh,
who,
he knows
no,
for
they
a
went
fact.
to school. They went to the same school.
For a fact?
This guy.
Is there any way for me to fact check this?
No.
So you want me to just
Convenient.
take your word for it? No, but yes,
Convenient.
I had to. Yeah.
You really mean what you said.
I mean, I shared it. Yeah. I mean, if it's a gym to help people learn back
Right.
at home, sometimes we can, Oh, is it time? It's time for
Speaking
fan
of
fiction.
linguistics,
Look, guys. So we're gonna try something here, which is that we found out that there's a bunch of fan fiction out there. For
now here's the
Neds.
deal. Am I supposed to read this whole thing?
As much as you want to get into.
Until we
Alright.
stop you if it gets
All right.
ridiculous.
There's a lot of Ned's fan fiction out there, and we thought it would be fun to kind of live read some of it for the first time. We haven't read any of this. Our producers collected it.
It's a sunny August afternoon, and Simon Cookie Nelson Cook was going to his pal Ned Bigsby's house to work on a school project together. Cookie's brain for math and science far outweighing Ned's, even though he never bragged about it. After a frustrating couple of hours trying to get the brunette, blue-eyed, fun-loving boy to understand what they were doing, the boys decided to take a break for a snack and a cold soda. Sitting beside Ned on his bed, Cookie reached past his friend to put his glass on the bedside table, accidentally brushing the back of his left hand across Ned's chest.
Is already palpable.
But for
What?
a white
Wait, how did they get?
What?
you're but for a white t-shirt.
Why? When? What? When did this happen?
His chest was all but for a white t-shirt. I think they just meant he had a shirt. That doesn't make any
It's called
sense.
having a shirt on.
The details.
The details.
Hey, she's in
Wait,
too much,
wait.
man. This is
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This content has been edited to spare your ears and our ratings.
Oh my god. Oh well, dang. That was fan fiction, ladies and gentlemen.
That was fan
Get on out of
fiction,
here.
Read the rest.
Oh my god.
I'll
How many
take
more
a copy
minutes
of that.
This, podcast do we have?
Hold on. That was
I feel like I need to call Lisa Zemo and see how she feels about this.
that was way more than I thought it was.
Oh
gonna
my god,
be.
of course that's what it is, y'all.
That was rough.
What I'm
rough.
concerned about, I can't speak anymore. I'm so flustered,
It's
Daniel,
like you in
from
the
That was
story.
rough.
the love
That
we
was rough.
just shared. What I'm concerned about is who is writing these.
Yeah, it's like, is this some 40-year-old man?
I'm
or was it
afraid. I'm afraid it's a grown man.
Hopefully it was a young,
Whoever it is,
middle-aged
they are
girl?
obviously in touch with how they feel and a very descriptive writer.
Who are you calling?
I'm calling Rachel Sibner.
What?
Lisa Zemo. She
In
might
the
not
middle
pick
of
up.
this fanfic?
I need. Oh, hello, Rachel. Hello, how are you? This is Daniel. Did you Daniel?
I know Daniel. Good to hear from you, man.
You know me. This is great. I am sitting here with Devin and Lindsay Shaw.
Hi, Rachel.
Hey, also congrats, Devin, on becoming an uncle.
Hey,
Hey.
thank you so
Oh.
much. Congrats on being a mother.
Yeah, what is up with that?
What is up with what? Him becoming an uncle?
No, you becoming a mother. When did that happen?
Oh,
What's
it's
the
cute,
baby?
cute little baby Emma. Yeah.
Well, technically I made her about 15 months ago.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she's awesome. I feel super lucky to have her in my life.
Oh.
Lisa Zemo. This is my first crush, guys. Lisa Zemo.
Lisa Zemo.
Congrats,
Yes.
Rachel. It's so nice to talk to you. It's been so long. We've been rewatching the show on this pod, and you're so fucking funny in
Yeah.
it.
You
so many
are
episodes.
fantastic.
In
You
this-
guys are sweet.
Yeah, in spelling bee, like your moment where you're like, can you repeat it?
Can you spell it?
Can you spell it?
Yeah, you have like one line in the spelling bee episode, and it killed me. Like, it's so funny. And in all the episodes, I find, like, man, you just crushed every scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for
You guys are so sweet. And that means so much coming from you guys, considering how talented each one of you.
oh,
She's so sweet.
She is
She's
so
always been
so kind. My favorite part of yours, though, that we've rewatched so far is you, getting Cookie in the pit stop to make sure that he's not sick for Hunsucker because he doesn't want to
Yeah.
go home. And you like bring him in, you do his nose, you do his eyes, and you
Yeah.
put the cooling pack on his head. It's just so sweet.
Aw,
Yeah.
Well, I have to be honest. You guys are definitely refreshing my memory.
Yeah.
She's like, I haven't
She's like,
watched this
"What?"
in eons.
Yo, no,
This-
us,
I was on this.
us too, to be honest. This is our first time rewatching any of us in 20 years. So
Yeah.
we're remembering things as we rewatch that have definitely been lost to our minds.
Yeah, man.
Isn't Memory Lane kind of a cool place?
Oh,
Super
cool. Super cool.
I have the best memories. I mean, we were so fortunate to be in such a positive environment. We had such a kind cast and crew.
Yeah,
Scott Fellows,
Mhm.
producer
Whoop, whoop.
and writer. I mean, it's really set a great tone.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
what has life been like for you after the show? I mean, I know there's a bunch of years to fill in there, but like
She went to college. You actually inspired me to go to college a
What?
little bit there, Rachel. Yeah, because you went to El Camino, right? First, right? That was like right up the street from me.
Yeah, well, this is news to me to know that I inspired you. That's pretty cool.
oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, I did community college. Then I transferred into UCLA,
Nice.
totally switched my major, and did a post-baccalaureate and a master's to become a speech pathologist.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So she studied some linguistics there too.
Wow.
Wait.
Y'all were meant for each other.
did.
Wait,
Right?
is-
Cookie didn't deserve. I didn't deserve Lisa.
Is speech pathology you helping kids with speech impediments?
Can be.
Yeah, so there's a speech and a language component. I could go into the details, but then I'd take up the rest of your show.
No, I just want to say that's so awesome because I couldn't say my R's as a kid, and I had to see a speech therapist to learn how to say them. And in a couple weeks, she helped me say my R's, and she changed my life and helped me speak better.
Well, there you go. That's a super common struggle.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a tricky one.
How does it feel like she's giving us a hug just with her voice?
I
for
know.
this whole
She's
thing.
just
Like,
got
what's
it.
up with that?
She's always had that genuine energy. I love
Hey,
it.
Rachel, how's your mom?
He's good. First of all, I would like to clarify, I am giving you all a hug with my voice.
Lovely.
You know, and that could be why it feels that way.
I remember how like sweet, light, positive your mom was. Like she
she's
just
great.
was like this feisty but calm woman. I just remember her.
And what's Andrew up to? I
Dude,
feel like
he's
I've
an
talked to him recently,
Imagineer,
right?
dude.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude. He's one of the coldest like animators like doing. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but
so
she could-
Rachel's brother, younger brother, was always on set with us because she had to be there. So her little brother was always running around, and we know him now. And he's an animator for
Imagineers, the
Imagineer?
biggest, the Disney,
Yeah.
right? Or no?
Yeah, wait, what? Yeah, explain it a little bit, Rachel, if you.
So I'm super proud
Andrew.
of him. He had a role in kind of designing some of the behind the scenes over at Disney.
What?
Yeah, man. Shout out Andrew Sibner.
Yeah,
man.
that's so
Andrew.
cool,
We
man.
grew up with him like playing our campaign mode in Halo.
Halo,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, Devin
Yeah.
would.
I have to say, you guys are going to be making both my mom's day and my brother's day because they listen to this podcast.
Woo!
Oh, hey.
Shout out
Rachel,
Andrew.
the whole Sibner fam.
Rachel, tell them
Shout out Mama.
to skip to the end though. The top of this podcast
Yeah,
was a rough one.
just don't.
Dude,
For yeah,
don't-
that's why I had to
don't
call
listen
you to
to
get
it.
Daniel,
my
you made
masculinity
this
back.
call with like a non sequitur. We were deep somewhere
I was
else.
like, we got to get out of this. So I'm like, they can't remember
I
me
knew
for
he was
that
so
on this
Oh
episode.
my god,
That
this was
good.
rough.
Yeah. You'll see the episode, Rachel. It's rough.
But yeah, Andrew, I felt bad. Like he was around set, and then he'd be like in there like playing Halo, and then
When
we'd all come
lunchtime
in and like
came.
kick him out.
Yeah. He says weed all. Devin would come in like, hey, get off my campaign mode. It's okay, Dev. He's just playing. He's having a good
I
time.
guarantee you, Andrew only has the best memories of all of you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, babe.
Good. We did have like the
Well,
best
I should say
experience.
all three of us. My mom,
Yeah.
Dad, yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
I don't think my dad ever made it onto set.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't-
Picture,
No, but
think
I
he ever
used
made
to-
it on set.
I used to hang with your dad. Like, well, we were kind of going to like events together at one time. I don't know if you remember, Rachel.
I remember.
Okay, you do. Okay, for sure. Yeah, I think our parents were trying to shop us around like we were like a couple or something like that.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Little Tiger Beat heat.
Little Tiger beat heat. Yeah, man. Oh, Rachel.
We always enjoyed each other's company. There's no doubt.
Absolutely.
That part.
The best company, man. Really.
Rachel,
Nice.
do you have any favorite moments or episodes or like little Lisa Zemo gags that, I mean, I know it's been quite a while, but just anything that you kind of remember of her or from her?
I mean, it's the good. It's the.
The-
It has to be, right?
Right?
Yeah.
You did a permanent like damage to your throat with that.
oh yeah, for sure. Those sounds were real from you too. Wait,
And
what?
the gulp.
There was one where like sick days. Yeah, where she's like, oh, we have so much in common because we got
Yes,
our allergies.
that was such a funny scene.
You know which one she was
Yeah.
also great?
We have so
is
much in common.
Seating.
seating. What
Remember
happened to
seating because it like sit at the cool table?
Yes.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
And it was
yeah.
like them, Corley, and her like.
Yeah, and she's like, oh yeah, and Lunch Lady just looks at Lisa and Corley and laughs.
Yeah.
Look at them.
You know what
Sheesh.
I remember from that episode, though, is there was the cool table and the not so cool table.
Uh-huh.
And the not so cool table was a lot more fun.
That's right.
That part.
Alex's character
Uh-huh.
saying something like, I watched a movie.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, something simple. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
wait. Also, just the episode like where he's carrying you back to the table. I just remember that. I know we touched on that.
Yeah.
So funny.
Anything you want to say to all the people out there who still love you and the show?
Yeah, you're one of our
Yeah, most requested
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's very flattering. It's funny because I've kind of I sort of grew up after the show. When I was on the show, I had no sense of self. That came later. That came like the beginnings were during my UCLA years. So it's kind of funny to me that I have this fan base kind of because I've sort of I kind of discovered I'm more of a private person, so I appreciate they're all out there, but like I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on Instagram.
Oh, it's so hard
If
tracking you
anyone
down.
sees any accounts, they're not mine. I kind of have my own little bubble, and I'm comfy there. but I love the fact that there are people out there that have watched the show, have resonated with the show, and I have so much love for that community.
I love that, Rachel.
Wow.
And I respect that you're not in the public world and that you wanted to do a phone call instead of be on it, even though we wanted to see you.
We
Man,
really
like-
wanted to see you.
Yeah, but respect,
really
man.
respect that, like,
for
boundary.
not being, the boundary in your life and just being like in your world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah.
That's really
Well, I
beautiful.
appreciate that,
Yeah.
guys. And I mean, if you guys want to do a video with me or we ever want to get together,
Yeah, hell
I'm
yeah.
okay with my face being seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hell
we
yeah.
don't-
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
I'd like to
something.
stay a bit more private.
Dude,
Yeah.
I reached out to her. I was like, "Oh yeah, the fans want to see you." She's like, "Hey, slow down, slow down."
She's like, I haven't talked to you in 12 years, Daniel. Chill.
How are you doing, Daniel?
Thanks for being a real person, Rachel.
We
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
I
We're
think of you guys. I really do. I know a lot of time has passed between, our last interaction.
Yeah.
But I think of you guys, and
Hey.
it's so nice to hear from you all, really.
Oh, wow.
Likewise.
So beautiful inside
Likewise.
and out,
Really,
man.
really
She's
put
the
a
best.
huge
She's the
smile
best.
on my face, Rachel, and a huge smile while I watch all of it back.
Yeah, for real.
It's just so, it's just so meaningful to know that we all put in performances that I feel like stand up.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and that's why it's still good today. But what a beautiful life.
Yes.
Yeah, enjoy that beautiful baby. That just sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
she's so cute. The image you sent of her, I think she was on a little horse thing, the little rocking horse or whatever.
I
So
sent
cute.
Daniel a picture of her on a little rock.
Okay, you
I'll-
need
I'll
to
show
show
you
us
guys
to
the
it,
photos. I
please.
My
will.
father made for me before I was born.
Oh, that's so dope. That's so dope.
It's an extra special photo, but yeah, no, I'm definitely enjoying my little girl. She's amazing. I don't know how I got so lucky between the husband that I have and just the
Shout out
family that
Greg.
I have
Shout out
and the
Greg.
family I married into.
Nice.
I really feel super, super lucky. It can only go downhill from here.
Amen.
No. It's going up. It's going up. It's
No,
going
you
up.
Girl,
you got it.
yeah,
you're
way
there
to
like
draw
you're
that
there
all
like
over
in
life.
adulthood with a family. We're here just being sluts
We
for
out here
attention,
struggling. We out
so
here
it's all
struggling,
good.
Girl, help us. Help.
No, she is with this phone call.
Help. Yeah. Just.
Perseverance. I mean, it's an important thing. There's struggle in life, and then there's the ups and the downs. Like, no matter how good it is,
Yeah.
we all have our downs and we all have our ups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there's such great things to continue to come for all of you guys. Really.
Oh
You're so
my
sweet.
gosh,
So sweet.
I love her.
Yeah, see, and
Thanks,
she's just so
Rachel.
well rounded. Her mom was a psychologist, so of course she's got
That
that good
helps.
stuff.
That
Yeah,
helps.
you.
I mean,
you're-
that can go either way. So
That's
good
true.
for you, Rachel.
Oh well, true, dude. Well, thank you for letting us have you on the show, man. And we can't wait to link up with you. I know we were trying for like the 30th, but you got that birthday party thing you're doing. But we're gonna link up, man. I gotta see baby Emma.
Oh yeah, me too. Invite me.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, let's plan something. And I'd love for you guys to meet Emma. Any chance I get to show her off,
Nice,
I'm like the proudest mama ever.
Oh,
epic.
I
Well,
can't wait.
Happen.
hey, well, for sure, Rachel, man. Great talking to you. We're gonna go ahead and close up, I guess, this episode. And what a great way to close it up.
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully, we have some Cookie Lisa Zemo fan fiction
Yep.
next time instead of what we had today. But hey, Rachel, we love you over here. We love you over here, and we will talk to you soon.
Lots of love back at you guys.
Bye,
Really.
Rachel.
Peace, peace.
Thank you, babe. Bye.
Woo!
Her nervous
so
system
great.
is healed.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
good.
she sounds great.
She made it out the gauntlet, bro.
Daniel.
What the
I
hell?
had to segue.
You were so
I had to hard
uncomfortable
segue.
with
I'm
this.
sorry.
Daniel.
I'm sorry. Let me see.
Daniel.
Lindsay just made this crap up. I don't even believe that's on
Daniel.
the page.
Daniel. You
Oh, dang,
just-
it's there.
Daniel.
You guys.
What was that segue? Why did you call
I had
her right
to. I'm
then?
sorry. I'm sorry. I
How
know-
is that even gonna?
There's no real connection,
There's
but-
no connection. There's no blending that.
Masculinity is now healed. I'm like, okay, let me call up one of my ladies. So I can,
That was whiplash. That was emotional and tonal whiplash.
oh yeah. The audience is gonna be like, what the?
Yeah, what the fuck? We're now
And it was
having
such a sweet
sweet
conversation,
reminiscing
yeah.
with Rachel after.
Yeah.
Why did you do
You gotta
that?
rip the bandage off, man. You gotta rip.
Why
the
did
bandage
you
off.
do that?
I mean, hey, man. You know,
It was great to catch up with Rachel, but I'm still like,
it's like a mind
I was
fuck right
somewhere else. I'm literally fucked.
I didn't like where we were. I had to leave that place. I had to leave it, guys. Oh my god. And Lindsay, you're getting more, huh? You're just getting more
Yeah.
Yeah.
fan fiction. No, but yep. Yo, man.
All right, guys. Well,
What's the tip? What's the tip?
holy shit, dude! I feel like so weird now that you just called Rachel. Like, really, Rachel. I loved catching up with you, but you called like an old friend that I needed to catch up with
I mean, hey,
no
man.
transition.
Hey, you know.
Why did you do
sorry.
that to me? I don't
no
even
more.
know how to close this episode.
We gotta end the
dude.
episode. The tip is, what was the episode? Spelling bee.
I don't even know anymore, dude. Does anyone have any
I don't
sort
know
of
if we got
wrap
any
up for this
tips.
episode? I am.
Okay,
don't-
guys, the tip is to not get consumed by any of this fame chasing stuff, okay? Like our wonderful friend Rachel, you know, she's just living life. She's got a beautiful family, and that is really what life's about, guys. Good people around you.
Thanks for being here. See you next week.
Yeah, goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's up, guys? Thank you for watching this episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you can't get enough of us, we got clips over on the Podco YouTube channel. You can check them out there. And if you really can't get enough of us, we got a ton of extra content and live streams and live Q&As on Patreon. And that helps support this podcast and help us keep going and make it possible. So we love you for that. Check out the links in the description, and thanks for tuning in. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
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 Hey.
Oh, hello. I thought to the people.
Oh, I normally do, but I was saying hi to you guys.
And I'm saying hi to them and
I mean,
you.
it's hi to everyone, right?
Yeah,
We're
why not?
here, they're here.
Yes.
Hi, guys.
We're all high.
We're high.
Hey, everyone. How's your week? How we doing? How's life?
Life's good. Life is life.
All
if
right.
you had to make an animal noise for how your life is going right now, what would it be?
I was about to do that.
Really?
The elephant noise, yeah.
Elephant noise.
Shush.
Yours was pretty clean. That was a nice.
I did.
That's a horse neigh.
Just a little horse neigh. Horse neigh. Do you guys like my Good Burger shirt?
Oh my
That's
gosh.
so dope, man.
What in the,
Kale.
in the
For-
Andy Warhol goodness
For
is
you
that?
listeners, I got a new shirt, and it's a Good Burger shirt with Kel on it.
But it's very like,
yeah, it's kind of abstract-y,
Yeah.
graphic designy.
yep. His face is just a burger.
It's it's a burger.
It's just a burger.
They are doing Good Burger. They're making a new movie. Keenan and Kel are going to be back on screen together in a feature film. They're making Good Burger 2, the
It's gonna be
sequel.
so great. I cannot wait.
Congrats. I can't wait.
I literally can't wait.
Keenan and Kel is like that was my Nickelodeon. Like we were
Yep.
on Nickelodeon,
Yep.
but Keenan and Kel was my Nickelodeon.
And just watching Keenan on SNL, man.
Dude, he's
just
so funny.
yeah.
He's
Just
so
so
funny.
consistent and, you know, they're alive, just in like just still doing it, you know?
It's gonna be weird in the same way coming back and doing this podcast together is like weird and surreal and fun and strange. I'm sure them being back in their Good Burger roles, like that was like the beginning of their post Nickelodeon like
Yep.
send off. That was like, man, so going back to do those roles must be so strange and
Rivals,
so
man.
awesome.
It's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
One day.
So today, friends at home, listeners, audience members, we're not going to review an episode. We are going to answer your questions that you've submitted to us through Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, we took questions from you guys. We love doing episodes like this. It's so fun to talk directly to you. The last couple times we did it, it's just been fun. I like this version of interacting with you guys.
Yeah. Got a lot of comments, guys.
Yeah,
Got a
thanks
lot
for
of
being
responses.
here. Thanks for following what we're doing. Thanks for being a part of the podcast. Thanks for joining our Patreon. All right, who's got one?
I got one.
All right.
You guys have a pretty strong friendship. What's your secret? Asks Gordon Collin 93.
We didn't see each other for 20 years.
Yeah. We were not together to rub each other the wrong way.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can't rub each other the wrong way if you're not around.
And
not
now
there
we
to
have
rub each other.
reached that adult maturity where we won't tell each other how we're really feeling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We
and
don't
it can just
overshare.
be a good,
we can just rub each other until
And then
we're tired.
and then leave.
And then
That part.
see you in 20 more
Yep.
years.
100.
No, I don't know.
No,
no, we've seen each other. I don't know. What's
The
the secret?
secret is
A great
I
origin
respect
story.
you both. A great
that
origin
too.
story, yeah.
Yeah, also,
Because of that.
I'll say with us in particular, it's the origin story. Like
Yeah.
we cannot. The time we had on Ned's is forever. It's forever a part of us, and I love being around you guys because, fuck, you're the only people who really get this part of my life.
Yeah, share that.
Nobody
experience.
else understands this particular thing
Yep.
that we carry.
Yeah.
and so it's
Yeah.
so cool being around each other with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like the burdens leave my mind. Like anxieties and thoughts leave me, like when I can just be here with you two. It really is like this form of play, and it's not it's really like this natural thing.
Yeah. So we have a great origin story. The other thing I'll say about like what's your secret to good friendship is you can't force a good friendship. Friendships are built over time, but also by just something that's unspoken and unforced and untaught. It's just like a reciprocal energy that you feel when you're around each other. With any of my close friends, I can go years without seeing somebody, but my close friends, there is no secret. They're just my friends. They're my people. I know because I feel it when I'm around them. Oh, I feel safe. I feel free.
Yeah.
I feel free to be silly. I feel free to be serious. Like all those things. Like there's like a inherent safety or trust or openness that you just gotta like sense into.
Yeah. Yeah, and we share a bond, man, and one that's just beautiful because we got a chance to be vulnerable with each other in a certain way where it's like, okay, we know we're each getting sent out there to make fools of ourselves, and it's this non-judgmental kind of energy that happened in our formative years, and I'll always feel that.
And we were all given
that's so
permission, like at the same time, to do this thing for the first time, and
Yeah.
showing ourselves to one another, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I think you're right about that. I think in whatever context, like Ned's, we really saw each other. Like we were in an environment that required it.
Yeah.
And I think in any circumstance, like when you really see someone, no matter how long time goes by, like something about them. You kind of know some core part of them.
Yeah.
So this happens for people at like music festivals and shit too. Is like you go through something to get you like meet someone and then you see them on a very vulnerable, open, intimate, raw, kind of like naked level.
Yeah.
And that really creates kind of a lasting bond, Yeah. Cool. I love that question.
So honest, that was a great question.
You got one, Daniel? I can find one.
Oh, did Cookie end up with Lisa? That's a question to me.
Yeah.
No, Cookie did not end up with Lisa. Okay, well, maybe in some future fan fiction universe. Yes, right about that reason. But no, Rachel Sibner, the character who played Lisa, she's such an awesome person. She found a beautiful man who stole her heart, Greg. They're now married, and she has a beautiful daughter named Emma. She's just so great.
Wow.
But yeah.
Well, and it is so rare for like even the characters. It's so rare for your middle school. It's just
Stalker
not to be who you end up with. People ask me often when talking about the show, like, do you think Ned and Mose ended up together? And it's like, no.
Highly doubt it, yeah.
No.
It's not the way the odds
That
work.
was a first love kind
First
of deal.
love.
You know what I mean? Big deal.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Not usually your last deal.
Yeah.
Not usually your last deal. Just like us in real life.
I mean,
Okay, from Little Umbies. Did Devin like Christian Serratos in real life? Here's what I'll say about that time. Here's what I'll say about that time. We were at that time on the show. We were just at that time where the hormones are just flooding our systems. I think the liking was just this amorphous energy moving around the set amongst many of
you
us.
like things, yeah.
There was some liking of Christian, there was liking of Lindsay, some liking of Carly liking Christian, like you guys fight, like there was just guys, we were kids working together all the time in the same way that liking is going around your schools, same way on our set. Yes, I liked Christian. Okay.
I told Theo and Rob that I liked them both before you called me.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
you kind of have to.
And it created problems.
So many
It's a numbers
issues.
game, guys. You got to get your
You know
numbers
what I
up.
mean?
You got to get your numbers
And it was
up.
the same with me when we were just experiencing so much love that you didn't really know where to put it or which one belonged where. It just kind of like
It was on everybody.
bursting. Yeah, it was great.
If it was the 60s, we all just would have formed like a family.
Yep.
Because
Wow.
no, Theo liked you, Rob liked you.
Hey.
Well, she was curvy, right? Everybody likes curves.
Had them yams. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Everything's a yam.
And,
Wow.
it'd be like that.
Yeah.
All right, let me just take it to a place of hate for 1 second. Why do you show your feet off so much? Because I'm proud of them and I have them.
That's real.
No, I love this. Like, why do you show them? Only do foot fetishers say, why do you show them off? She has feet
have
and
feet.
she's barefoot.
That person has a foot fetish.
The thing
That's
is,
what I mean.
I have
You're
more
not
of a-
showing them off. You like to be barefoot.
I love being barefoot. Anytime I could be barefoot, I could be walking outside, I'd be walking upstairs. It just entered your fucking house, especially since you take shoes off usually before you go into somebody's house. Barefoot is just the way. I get really hot too, and so I got to keep my hands and my feet like cool or able to whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm always barefoot just because.
I know a lot of people have this like grounding thing with being barefoot.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of what it is.
Yeah, I work, there's like artists, like musicians who are barefoot on stage because it keeps them grounded. I worked with an actor named Thomas Jane, who's really great. And he was barefoot, like we were shooting at 3 a.m. in Buffalo, like in the winter, it was cold as fuck. And he's just like, if I'm not filming, I'm barefoot. So just on the street in Buffalo at night, it was cold, barefoot, but it's like a grounding thing. It's just some human
that's
thing.
crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, I knew that the grounding thing, but in the cold, holy
yeah,
shit.
I know. Yeah, it was to another level.
Yeah.
But for people who don't have the kink, it's just called being barefoot.
Yeah.
Why are you showing them things
Oh
off?
gosh, put those away.
Wow.
Take it.
Wow.
Okay.
You're so removed. So this guy says, do you miss Cowboy Cookie? And he sent him singing the song. Cowboy Cookie, yippee, yippee, yeehaw. I don't miss Cowboy Cookie, but I had a great time.
Wait, what's the whole song? Can you sing it?
Cowboy Cookie, the ladies really love him. Cowboy Cookie, the best you ever saw. Cowboy Cookie, the bullies, they don't scare him. Cowboy Cookie, yippee, yippee, yeehaw. Yes, I remember all the lyrics.
That's our next TikTok.
I'm in love with you.
Perfect. I was the first Old Town Road before Lil Nas X.
Hey, right.
First little cowboy
Wow.
doing his thing.
Wow.
Yeehaw. More.
What's the way?
What's the way?
What's the way?
Show them the way.
What's the way?
Follow your heart. Follow your heart. Learn how to hear. Learn how to hear your inner guidance system, known as your intuition. Some might say it's your ancestors whispering to you. Whatever that is, there's many kind of things we listen to inside ourselves, and the way is listening to your inner guidance system. That's
real.
That's the way.
Is it possible to make a spin-off version of Ned's without permission?
So look, like, yes, I think there is a version where we could make something like Ned's, but not call it Ned's, and then we wouldn't be in a copyright issue. So maybe, I don't know. We'll see how things
I love
play
working
out.
with you guys. I could see.
I agree.
I could see something.
completely
Because
see it.
I wouldn't want us to miss the chemistry and the opportunity to share with our fans.
I agree.
Some
I
great
agree.
content.
What would be our dream next project together? And they said it doesn't have to be the reboot. If you say that, that's fine. But they were kind of asking like what genre or what would be the thing that we could do together next. And in my head, it would be really fun to make like a modern comedy movie. That's one of those comedies, for me, I think it would be really fun to do something, one of those comedies that's kind of grounded in reality. Like it's funny, there's funny bits, but there's also like a natural like realism to it. Us as adults going through some adventure, some like life emotional process adventure that's
Yeah.
like funny, sweet. I that would be fun to me.
I completely agree, and I totally agree with Daniel. I think working, like talking with you guys, and obviously is great, and like working with you at this capacity, but like that ability to really be behind characters and connecting again.
It would be cool.
It's, I don't know, just in character skins and bodies, like without us, because that shit is still there, whatever it is. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, you got something you'd like to do?
Anything fun, man. I love having fun with you guys, and that is generally going to be comedy. Can we take it somewhere else, do some drama for sure? Could we do like a horror? Yeah, Lindsay and I kind of did
Yeah,
like
we
a
did.
horror movie project recently. But yeah, man, any comedy, man. 'Cause I just love seeing you guys have fun as much as I enjoy creating. You know.
Yeah. I
well-
agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, we'll see. This whole like vortex of this podcast that we're doing, we'll see what
Comes
kind
of
of
it, yeah.
comes of this, what spins out
What
of
it
this.
generates,
And like we really like being around each other. So yeah, at a certain point I feel like one of us is gonna have an idea that's like hey, why don't we try this? You know, I don't know. We'll see. P Zizzle says, for Lindsay, struggling with BPD, what's one thing you've learned to cope with it?
BPD, one thing that I've learned to do to cope is...
For anyone who's listening, when we say BPD,
BPD is borderline personality disorder. It's an emotional dysregulation disorder that kind of leaves you with a really unhinged sense of self and relationships. And so the thing that I've done most, you know, I'm working a program, and while it is for sobriety, it has brought so many character defects to the surface, and it has helped me put space in between my reaction and you know, the stimulus that made it happen. So I work a program, and I try to work it every day. In fact, it means calling myself on my shit literally 90 times a day, like 100, 190. Like it's, ugh. And then you just go back, you decelerate, you de-escalate, and then you play back what happened. You get away from people, right? Get away from people. If they want to come and be okay with you, don't. Leave me alone. I can't talk to people, or else I'm going to have a bigger amends to make later. Please leave me alone. And make sure the people around you understand that, right? And then I go and I'm with myself. Sometimes I do something sensory, like you hold an ice cube, or like, you know, you get outside, you walk, anything that can just put out that fire and that rage a little bit, put out that chaos and that fear. And that's what's up. But learning to find time between that reaction and those things was it. And then just having good friends, like having a good friend that you really trust and let in. And that was what the work did for me too, was be able to like let somebody in who could actually help me, you know?
You've just clearly been doing the work. Like, I forget, it was something small today, but like you like got heated, and you like very quickly like pulled back, and you were like, oh, sorry. Like that was like a lot. Like, and you like pulled it back real quick. Like, I know that you like doing the work and like practicing.
Yeah. I just want to say, like, just don't, try to stay safe, like whatever is happening with you and your BPD, like go jump in a puddle of pillows, because man, the self-harm can get really real. So what I would do is just try to make yourself safe from physical harm. Like if you do have to yell at somebody, you can make up for that later, but really just try to keep yourself from physical harm. And like the ice cubes and like the really tricking your brain, like taking a super cold shower, jumping in, and like taking a super hot whatever, like that's kind of get your senses out of it.
It's real.
Thanks, Linz. What you got, Dandy?
Carrie, 121617 says, will you guys keep going once you've gone through the rewatch?
Well, I want to say that might be years from now, because we have so many episodes to get through and Q&As. So that's a question. That's a bridge to cross way in the future.
I'm still gonna need a job.
Yeah,
but
unless something better comes along.
But the hope is,
Time out, you guys. I got one for us.
Uh-oh.
What happened to Mr. Feeney, or the actor who played him? Bring him on the podcast.
Wow. Mr. That's a whole other
That is
That's
a whole
Boy Meets
come
World, and they
on.
have their own
Brotherly Love podcast.
Pod Meets World.
Pod Meets World.
What happened to
Did you
Mr.
just say
Feeney?
Brotherly Love?
Oh, was she trying to spell Sweetie? Brother
Wasn't
Meets
one of them
World?
on?
No.
Wait, no, they do have a Boy Meets World.
They have a Boy
podcast,
Meets. Yeah,
though.
I know. She just referenced a whole other show, which is Brotherly Love.
But wait.
That's not
Hey, I can see where you might have arrived there, though.
Ooh,
Yeah. Sorry, that was the Jonas Brothers. I'm joking. They'll never see this.
And they might have been. they might have crossed
shit.
Feeney and Sweeney in their brain.
Ian Sweeney, yeah, Mr.
That could have been.
Feeney.
That could have been.
So wait, but what was the question? If they were talking about Mr. Sweeney, what happened?
Or
to
the
him?
actor who played him. Bring him on the podcast.
Oh, Mr. Sweeney.
It would take
That's
some.
who you-
It would take tracking Don down.
Oh yeah, we Don Creech. We can maybe do it. I think
We can maybe do
think
it.
He has fond memories of us.
Yeah. Hopefully. His dude. Don Creech, the actor who played Mr. Sweeney on Ned's, he like his IMDb, he's been in so much shit, man.
Tips for living alone.
Foundationally, learn how to take care of yourself. Living alone will force you to. The mess is yours. No one's coming to clean it. So it'll force you to get into a rhythm with taking care of yourself. Clean your fucking bathroom. Clean your toilet. Clean your shower. Clean your kitchen. And get into a rhythm of keeping your space in order enough. And then getting comfortable when it's a little messy. Reach the breaking point. Clean it. Like, that's a beautiful practice when living alone. And then just get into your flow when living alone. Make it comfortable. What do you want it to feel like in there? What's your like dream vibe? I would make my spot just my vibe. Like put up little fucking lights that make it a vibe. Lighting is everything. Oh, that's another tip. Lighting is everything for your central nervous system. Vibe out your lights, man.
Yeah, it's the difference between you enjoying the space that you're walking into or hating it.
Yeah, or feeling stressed and you don't even know why. It's because your lights are fluorescent overhead lights.
Yeah,
like,
and you're giving you the raccoon eyes down here.
And
you
I-
don't have anything showing you, making you look good. So when you walk into the mirror, you got the backlight and it's making you look terrible.
yeah.
A lamp is I just love a warm lamp. Yeah.
There's I saw like some debate. I saw some debate on TikTok. This guy made this video showing the 3 different kind of temperatures of normal living light, which is like white light, kind of in between yellow, white, and then like the soft, warm light that used to come from lights that weren't LED. And he's like, the yellow, this is the light. And I saw a bunch of people being like, fuck that. Like white is the only way.
No, kitchens, I can do the white teeter-tottering on blue.
Yeah.
But when I'm in my living room, I need warm. I need that incandescent light. I need it closer to red, that yellow.
Yeah, if you think white, which is actually blue
You're a psychopath.
light,
Is it
you're a
okay?
psychopath.
In your living room? No, no.
You're a psychopath. And honestly, like on a neurological, biological level, dude. Those lights at night are fucking you up, dude. Your
Yeah.
central nervous system is fucked up. You crazy.
Yeah, the incandescents, the ones that are warmer, it's like just like a fire or something like that. It's giving you that type of natural light.
That's literally
it's not
it.
The sunlight. You know?
Yep.
That's literally it. It's fire. It's the hues of fire. Our biology wants that at night. White, you want your living room to feel like a hospital?
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the way I feel. No,
You're wrong.
Some people
Freaks
are
on TikTok.
very comfortable in hospitals.
And that's where they should be. Psychiatric hospitals. Yes.
You like the overhead white
No, I
fluorescent?
don't. No,
I know you don't.
No,
you want it.
I make a list. Oh gosh,
You want
this
a
is
vibe.
terrible.
You want a candle. You
Oh my
want a
gosh,
lamp.
Yes.
Dude, a lamp
I got
goes so
2
far.
perfect lamps that like, and I turn both of them on.
Oh, nice.
You know.
Yeah, so deck out. If you live alone, deck out your space. Make it a fucking vibe. Here's the good test too. Is you want when people come in, you want to hear a little for the first time. You want to hear a little surprised. Oh. Do you know what I mean? I love when I get that from people. Like, oh, like it feels really nice in here. I love that shit. It's like, oh, thank you. I know how to take care of myself.
Yeah.
Like I know how to create a space. Yeah. Do you live on your own now?
Well, no,
Oh, yeah,
now I'm kind of with my young lady, and then
Oh,
Cool.
okay.
Did you like living alone?
prefer it. It's my preference.
That's true. Actually, you're. I know it is.
Yeah,
With
yeah,
you,
yeah.
But okay, so why
Facts, these
are
are
you not living
It's
your
true, though.
why are you not living your preference now then?
But you know what? And this is
Say
this is
it in
tough
a
one
way
to
that
answer.
she's gonna hear this.
Yeah, I know that stuff. I have to. You put me in a tight little spot.
What do you mean?
Well, I have a beautiful young lady, and we're building things together, and that is why I am located where I'm located. yeah, I guess. It does things to
I
you.
hope she doesn't watch the show.
Oh my gosh, I hope she
no, I mean,
does. That's so sweet.
That is so sweet.
That is so sweet. No, I love that. I adore that. But I do know what you mean.
Yeah,
About
yeah.
just like
It's tough. You gotta. Sometimes you gotta give a little. Like
Yeah.
there is your perfect world, which
Yeah.
involves only you, but
Right.
then there's also some positive things
Right.
about others.
yeah, because like when you're on your own, you only have to really give what you want to give. But then when you give something that like I don't know, it's kind of nice too. Or you receive something from another person that you really need. Like that's the joy I found in it. Because yeah. And now I think I'd be ready to live alone again.
Yeah.
And now that I've gotten a little better handle on taking care of myself, that was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An accessible community. Like sometimes it just takes one person, and then you have that connection to
yes.
community.
Yes.
And it'll save you in those times that you didn't know you needed to.
Yes.
Have
Be
space
with
for.
other people. Or, yeah. I've really I've been living this new phase with roommates. I've had good roommates. I've had bad roommates. Currently, I have the best situation I've ever been in. Like we just have this flow, and there's this beauty of when you're living with roommates, of you change each other without even doing anything because you're living around each other in your most intimate space, and that over time, like hopefully you're picking good roommates because nothing's worse than a toxic roommate.
we
in
share
your
the
home
space,
space. Wait, what?
My young lady and I shared a space with 2 other roommates at one time. You know, and they were dating as well, but it was rough. And these are good friends of mine, but you notice everything that you're like not okay with. Like, hey, you ate with that dish, clean that dish. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, don't just stuff them into the freaking not dryer. What do you call that thing? A
Dishwasher.
Cut the dishwasher on.
Yeah, turn it on.
Yeah.
Unload it every now and then.
And then certain candle scents I just hate. I actually don't like those artificial smells in general.
Same.
Right.
One of these roommates love doing that, and I hate it. And I'm like, I'm cutting you off every time.
Dude, that's real. Like, man, living with even if they're good people, but you just don't live well together because your home, look, the world's, it's complicated out there. It's a lot out there. Your home is your refuge. Your home is the safe space. Your home is the place where you undo your bra and you let your titties out. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if you can't let your titties out because you're feeling a little stressed about your roommate, holy shit.
Tough.
I was struggling when I had a roommate that I did not get along with because at that time outside, I was really struggling too, and then there was no safe space in my home, dude. I was just like, I was imploding. It was a rough time.
I have also experienced the time many times when my home has not been a safe place. Even the place inside of me is not safe.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? But that, and when you just feel like there's no rest,
you're not resting because there's no your space, your central nervous system can't rest because you're on edge.
Constantly on.
Your home needs to be that place where you go like, here's where I can breathe and rest and then go take on the world. And when you don't have it, it's so tough. I also want to ask, I think a lot of people move in with partners like young. And that I feel like, man,
just bad decision.
It's just tough, man. I think when you move in with a partner, especially like early on in a relationship, like relationships, it's cool. Move in with your partner. Do it if you feel it. But man, I just found like it gets really tricky when you're at a young age with a partner and all of a sudden, like you're not choosing to see each other. You're seeing each other all the time, day in, day out, night, morning, everything.
Mandatory.
Mandatory.
Gotta see this one.
And like a lot of love and intimacy and beauty and fun comes out of that, but also you don't have a choice.
Break.
You don't have a break. You don't have a chance to like just ground in your own energy. And man, it can be tough.
Oh, yeah.
So don't merge too quickly.
I've lived with 3 partners. Yeah, and one of those is great. The other, like, big learning situations, but it was first off, I moved them in with me, and it was for a reason way other than a relationship, just some kind of masking something.
No, see
And
that.
you had penises.
Well, that's another tricky bit. You said you moved them in with you. Like, if your money situation isn't the same,
I had the upper
you had money,
hand, and like. I couldn't learn anything from these you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was nothing to learn.
You broke ass motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly.
And like a relationship has enough on it. Now you're going to stack like the economics of it. Are we paying equally? It's just you're putting a lot on a plate that's already full.
Yep. Or there's no plate yet. There's barely a plate.
You don't even
There's
It's a
you just got
napkin.
utensils in your hands. Jesus.
Wow. Carmen Cruz, Carmen_Cruz, that's 2 U's in Cruz, asks, why is adult life so hard and boring? That's tough. Rude awakening, huh?
So hard and boring.
Dang.
That part I really find amusing.
Hard and boring.
Because you start to think the things that you did think were fun are not as fun. Like riding your bike is not going to be the same type of deal, right? But like when you chose to ride your bike, you weren't putting off things like, oh, I need to like talk to my sister or my mom or like do this, that, and other. But adulthood is just having those pleasures narrow, but like each of your 80% of your decisions be like reaching still for that small bit of gratification that becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until you deal with the things that like you actually need to deal with.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I fully agree with what Lindsay just said there. I'm going to try to look into the hard part. Why is adult life so hard? I mean, there are now consequences for your actions, or elevated consequences, and a multitude of consequences. And there is a more defined idea of right and wrong, of win and fail. You got to keep that roof over your head. You got to keep those lights on and stuff like that. So you do have to lock yourself into some sort of routine and forego some of your desires for the necessities of life. And so that's what I would consider hard. And we all experience it,
Nice. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Being an adult is hard. I think the consequences thing is like, it's all on you now.
Yeah.
And that's hard, and also can add to the boring bit, because there's a chunk of adult life that is pure maintenance. And it takes up a decent chunk of time and energy. It's just maintenance. It's just laundry, dishes, reorganizing your life. Oh, I cleaned my room yesterday. It's dirty again. I got to clean it again. Like, there's just
and
like body maintenance,
working out. Let me eat water. Oh, I gotta cook dinner again. Like, so much of adult life is just maintenance, so that part can get really monotonous and boring. But you can also find some freedom, some beauty in it some of the time. Like, you can find that Zen moment where you're like, wow, I just cooked for myself again. Like, good job, me. And it's also hard because those consequences, man. If you put something off, they're gonna come find you. Like, the consequences are there. It doesn't go away.
One of my favorite things about my friend Alyssa is that, like, she can do the same task obviously every day, like we all can, but she does it like it's new every day. Like, she brings an energy to it that is like, she's there like every day. It's just like, how can I do it better? How can I do it different? And I don't know why. That's just not a mentality that I ascribe to at all. Like,
I want to say to the person who asked that too, like, there's just an inherent part of adult life that's sort of boring, so you kind of have to accept that. But if really, like, all the time you're feeling bored, life is still really fun. Like, but you gotta go find
that's
that.
Also what it is. You're only gonna get out what you put in. Like, you can't just, like, you gotta go ham to get that result. And you can hang out on the side and, like, still get what you need, but maybe not what you want. If you would put the full effort in, and just focus on something. Yeah,
or go into a new experience. Like, if you're bored, maybe you're just seeing the same thing every day. That can drive you insane. COVID sort of drove me insane because my routine had never been less diverse. It was just like, I'm in my house, this shit is happening every day. There was nothing new, nothing novel. And so if you're bored, go do something new that's fun to you. Go to a concert, go to a live music experience, go to a fucking rave. Like, I don't know. There's still a lot of fun to be had in this life.
Yeah, and as an adult, now you can actually work to make money. Of course, you're going to have to sacrifice some hours to go ahead and make that money. And then you get to spend it how you want. There's no adult or guardian saying, hey, this is what you got to do. So adult life can be the opposite of boring. It can be very interesting and exciting because the world is your oyster. You can do what you want to do within reason.
Yeah, find a way to travel, man. Travel is so fun. So fun. Here's one from Simano SP. I'm wondering if you guys have ever had to do this. Adult guide to breaking up with a toxic friend.
Toxic friend. Oh, not boyfriend or girlfriend.
Toxic friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I feel like I wasn't prepared for this part of life, which is that sometimes you have to break up with a friend.
Yeah.
You know, we all know breaking up with a partner. We all know what that is, but, like, break up with a friend. This does happen as you grow.
That is, that's a really Okay, so when that happened to me, it had just gotten to a point that I had no more heart about it because of how much I was being just, like, wrecked on the daily. And at a certain point, I was just like detached. I mean, it was very painful up until then, but I kind of was just like, it was very unemotional at the end. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. And here.
You've reached your limit.
And it was
just accepted you've reached the limit.
And here's the thing, I could tell I actually loved that girl because I really did just wish her, like, not bad, not nothing, not anything. I can't be here with you anymore. I love you. You have, like, done and shown me some of the, like, best things in my life. You protected me, everything. But, like, if you can't see me as, like, your friend and offer me what I offer you, it just can't happen. Yeah. And so, that was that. It was pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it did take a lot of lead up to that and a lot of red flags for that to be okay. But
You ever had to end a friendship?
Yeah, man. Some of it was like moochers. I've had that. You know, people who are around for the good time kind of only, and you always find yourself or find them saying, "Oh man, my wallet. Oh god."
Yeah.
You know, and you end up having to fund the good time. It's like, yo, I can just have a good time myself. So me with situations like that, I take hard stances, and I'm just like, yo, screw this person, and yo, kind of screw everything about them. Like I don't, because where they get you is they try to throw the whole sympathy thing, like, oh man, I'm sorry about the last time. It was just because this and blah 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 blah, and they'll hit you with a sob story. You have to detest the energy that they felt it was okay to bring you, and you know, respond in that same way. Not to throw negative shade at them, but be like, yo, that's a negative aspect of my life. I don't want to pick up no call, block you, whatever you got to do. Just shut it down. Yeah.
That is what I. Yep.
Yeah, there's a version where you just like peel out, like you just take the exit ramp on the relationship and just kind of stop it. Like there's kind of the more ghost, like just like peace.
Oh yeah,
space.
I
yeah,
can ghost them.
there's that version of it that's actually totally viable some of the time. I know it sucks, but like there's no way to avoid the discomfort there's no way to avoid the discomfort of breaking up with a friend. So if you got to ghost, like whatever gets you the fuck out of there.
Yeah, because you matter.
Because you matter.
You know, they're taking you for granted. You matter.
Yep.
Shut it down.
Yeah, if you feel this way and it's reached that point where you know, well then own that and just to some degree just like let go of needing, how do I do it right? Like how many times have I thought through a conversation? How do I say it just right that makes them good, me good, doesn't hurt our feelings, and we leave like, I've seen that fucking TikTok of this like therapist being like, you just need to tell them, well, this season of life is no longer where I need to be, but I wish you flowers and ponies and me too. It's like, nah, there's no real clean way of saying, I don't want to be your friend anymore.
Yeah.
So kind of just accept that that's part of it and remove yourself, however you got to do it. Give them as much respect as you want in a conversation, but the big thing is just get out of the fucking relationship.
Know that you don't owe anyone anything. All right.
And you can't really give anybody anything either. Like nobody's gonna do anything based off what you say or what you do. Like if you're a stepping stone in their life at a time when their awareness is cultivated so that they can move forward, then yeah, you were there with them. But nobody's gonna ever do anything off of what you say or do until they're very much ready.
Yeah, I had to end like a huge friendship in my life. Like I had to consciously end it. I couldn't just ghost either. Like we were very close and it was brutal.
So you actually had to talk through it?
Kind of. And over years it never settled. Like
you felt like you owed that to him?
No.
Oh.
No. I had the conversation and then just over the years I kept checking in. I didn't know it would be forever, but I just kept checking in with myself and something in me broke in our relationship. I'm like, I can no longer be here. For a million reasons. What I've realized is in order to feel good and like equal and reciprocated in this relationship, I need this person to change. And I realized that's not going to happen. Right. This person is this person.
Right.
And if to feel okay in this relationship, I need them to be a different person, well, that's not going to work.
Find some other person.
So then the truth was brutal, which was like, wow, so I need to break up with a friend. Like it was a crazy like awakening of like, holy shit, I have to break up with someone that I love. And it hurt him and it hurt me and it created a rift in my friend group, but it was what it was. It was necessary. I didn't choose that fully. It just was. I need to be out of this. And there's no way to do it without pain, but just pull the fucking Band-Aid off and get out of there.
No is a real word. Like, no, I cannot hang out. No.
Yeah. Thanks for the question.
How tall are you, Lindsay? I am 5'7.5". How tall are you, Daniel?
He's exaggerating. No, I'm talking.
No, it wasn't like yesterday's game.
Oh no. I am 6 feet even.
Nice.
6 foot even. 6 foot. 6 feet.
6 feet.
6 feet equal me.
You know,
Nice. I like that.
I accept myself, but I'm so jealous of you guys who are at that 6 foot mark. Like every time I'm around you, I'm like,
I'm just.
You make me feel like a pretty lady, and I like it.
You can be down with, you can have fun here with me.
Yeah, I'm like 5'9".
5'9", that's solid.
Whatever.
You know, it's respect. It's like we talked about in another episode. I'm just average.
It's okay. It's okay to be average.
I'm just right in the middle. Woo! Well, is that it? Is that all the time we have?
Hitting that old dusty tree.
Thank you for submitting your
Good
questions.
questions,
Thank you
guys.
guys
Good
so much. So
questions.
much
I
great
love
questions.
that living alone questions.
Yeah,
Good
it's
stuff.
fun talking about these things.
That
It's-
people never tell you, like, this is what living alone feels like.
Well, like that's kind of why we wanted to do the reboot. Is like there's so many aspects of adult life that no one prepares you for. All of a sudden, you're just in it. No one's prepped you for it.
Yeah.
The answer might be more complicated than like life allows. You're like, what the fuck? There's so much coming at me.
Yeah.
Like that's what's fun. I like talking about this, like these questions on the pod, knowing what questions you guys have about life because no one prepares you.
There's
for
no
this shit.
repository of answers somewhere. We could be that. We should stop talking about poop and stuff in our podcast. And
You
actually
shut the
help
fuck
people.
up, Daniel. You
should.
shut the fuck up.
Wait, but like,
I'll never give up poop.
what are we going to talk about? Just how to make a to-do list.
Oh, well, yeah.
Actually, I'd like to listen. Can you guys just
It's like we need tips, guys.
We need to talk about how to make to-do
help
lists.
me. Go ahead.
Go on, Daniel and Devin.
On a very special episode of Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide.
I know we sort of gave advice the whole episode, but do you have like a wrap-up tip?
Oh, do we have a wrap-up tip? Oh, wrap-up tip. Wrap it up. No,
wrap up your tip.
wrap-up tip. Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah. Yo, guys, no is a real word. That's a valid tip, and it works in relationships, all types of the full gamut of adult life. You're gonna have to say no to some certain things, even certain jobs that sound promising. If you read through that the fine print, and you're like, no, this doesn't work. Say no. Say no. No one can force you to do anything you don't want to do.
Nice. Like, start to train your vision to like follow your intuition. We see a lot of red flags before we ever actually acknowledge them. People are like, what are red flags? What are red flags? If you just slow down and you pay attention to that time where I feel a little more anxious, or I don't feel as good when I left him at that point, or that sounds a little fishy, or that seems like he's lying, or she, whatever. That's when you want to be like, ooh, I've assessed like 4 red flags, in a matter of 2 weeks or whatever, and not get to that point where like, oh wow, they throw up one green one and now you're kind of in it, and all these red flags still, like, don't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Dude, I love that. I saw someone comment. We talked on another episode about like kind of the time it takes to make it through a breakup, like is maybe half the time of the relationship if it was a long one. And this person commented like, mine's been double as long. What's been the hardest to process is how many red flags I was aware of that now, like what I put myself into, what I decided not to see, and then processing that. I know that was big in my major, one of my biggest breakups was like processing all the things that I knew. I saw them and I didn't either work to change them or draw a boundary or just get real with myself that I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
This is a problem
Right.
for me.
A lot of the times, I say this all the time to my sponsor, there's a big I don't know the difference sometimes between making a boundary and holding space. You don't know when you're allowing them to just like let that out and practice who they want to be, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
I love it. My tip is we are all on the road together. Use a fucking blinker.
Wow.
Use a fucking blinker. It's not for you. It's for me behind you. Then I don't have to honk. Then I don't. It's all good if I know you're turning. But if you're just stopped in the middle of a fucking lane, I'm confused.
Right.
That's a metaphor for let people know your intentions, or you're like, seriously.
No,
on the
use a
road.
fucking blinker. That's our show, folks.
Peace. Thanks so much for watching this episode of the Ned's Declassified Podcast Survival Guide. If you guys want some clips from the show, go on over to Podco's YouTube channel. And you can also support our Patreon for more weekly bonus content. You guys know you want to see it. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.